Can anyone outside of Chris please verify?
It'll take about 30 seconds.
Whoever's typing with their feet, please mute. And should I even ask what the last comment was in Roll20 from Merkel? Because I'm...
Oh, it was a joke about trying to get me laid. It was a wonderful pickup line. By that I mean it was a horrible pickup line.
Okay.
So what's another word for cat?
I completely missed an entire conversation, probably. Okay, so I'm not going to try and catch up. Chris,
Yep,
so we're there?
We are
Everyone?
back, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Heba says he can see us.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Awesome. So, poor guy. I'm sorry you can see us. Heba, when are you going to make a guest appearance is the question.
Oh, he's always willing to, I think.
To actually, like, get on Skype and join us.
Well, he ate a Reaper on Skype.
So, anyways, go ahead, Dream.
All right, so like you said, we're walking back from the Gold Coast through Byzantium, heading back towards the castle. I assume I'm making the assumption that Grignac and Ursus were maybe still kind of talking a little bit about the money. Maybe Grignac's actually trying to teach a little math to Ursus and failing hilariously.
Of course.
So they're kind of lost in their own conversation.
Sounds perfect.
Dream and No Name are having their own conversation as well.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, Dream will just kind of stop, and he starts checking some stuff, and he looks a little worried and pulls out the note that says, "I'm sorry," and looks around and says, "She left us."
Who left us, Dream?
Namaya. She took all the money that I had.
She took your
she
money.
left this note.
Did she
and
take
Merkel's?
She took Merkel's money as well? She's just stolen from us?
She just stole the money. So what Dream wants to do is I want to do a psionic I think it's called presence sense. Psychic seeking to see if she's within an area around us still, or if maybe she had a way to teleport away.
You do not sense her.
Hey, Victor.
Yes?
Grignac calls out in prayer immediately upon hearing that she's stolen from us after we gave her so much.
Oh, you gave her so much.
Oh,
when was the last time you guys paid a guide?
We haven't. First off, she didn't ask for money. Second off, we gave her food. We made sure that she was safe, and the only person who hurt her was, the idiot who she then slept with. So
there's a lot of questionable choices to go around. I'm just saying.
Point is, Raw God of Justice, I ask for your righteous judgment upon Namaya. Even as she has done to us, even so let the same be done to her tenfold. Take from her all of her comfort, remove all allies from her, and leave her without even 2 coins to rub together. Even so, your will, not mine, be done, Amun-Ra.
Wow.
Isn't
you do that out loud?
I do that absolutely out loud, in the middle of the street, at the top of my voice.
Nice.
That's a little harsh. Maybe she needed it.
If she needed it, she could have asked us, and we would have given it.
I would have.
Victor, I'd like to do something.
Go ahead, Ursus.
I'm going to play my drama card.
Shade, thank you for the host again. Much
thank you.
Love.
Thanks, Shade.
Hipple up.
It doesn't counteract his, so I can still play it. But I want to make a perception to see exactly what direction she took off in through the crowd.
Can I tell you straight out? I'm going to be really nice here. You will waste this card here.
Okay.
Dream basically already did something that would
Yeah.
indicate that she is elsewhere.
And I'll say that.
She's not even in Byzantium anymore.
Correct. No, she's unless she somehow went 18 miles away in the span of the time we last saw her.
She is more than 18 miles away.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
So I'm not going to have you waste a drama card because that would suck.
Okay.
So yeah, I just called the Justice of Raw down on somebody's head.
And Dream said that was harsh.
But he didn't say it was unfair. He just said it was harsh.
Okay. So, you arrive back at the throne room. Dinner is served. It's a really nice dinner. Have a nice 5 weeks. I will minimize it to 5 weeks so that it's only 5 weeks.
So Vinny Shmi was not able to get somebody here sooner to take care of this?
That is him getting there sooner.
All right.
However, I'm going to be exceedingly nice and say that Torin conveys his duties in a reasonable manner without offending everyone.
Thank goodness for my goddamn ring.
And leaving not many issues. And I'm going to deliver a crap load of pigeons.
Oh, joy.
Here you go.
Hey, real quick question, Victor.
Go ahead.
All the gear that I got from Endress, in the 5 weeks I want to spend going to various merchants and trying to sell what we've deemed necessary as we're going to sell. I presume we can handle this over email over the next week.
Really preferable. Thank you very much.
That's what I'm asking.
That would be awesome.
Those other members of Crisis, if you look at Ursus's inventory, if there's something in there that came from Endress and you want it specifically, then you need to send me an email and with GM on there and put it on your page, and I'll let it go. Else, I'm going to sell the lot of it.
Well, sell
a good portion of it.
Okay, so perhaps to help people, why don't you send everyone an email with everything that is for sale?
I'm sure he's done that actually.
Several weeks ago.
Okay, good.
But I'm giving them a reminder because.
Okay, that's good.
It's a closeout sale, so to speak.
Yeah, this is your last chance.
Yeah. No, I sent an email being very specific.
I do recall the email. I was double checking that. Geez. So you must put in the title before you put something into the post. Otherwise, it gives a title of a number.
Yeah, I know. I've had to fix that a couple of times.
No one has ever shared this with me. I've never done this before. So
I always put a title
this
in
was
it.
the first time I tried to do this without that, and I'm like, that's a problem.
The great part about it is you actually can go back and edit it.
Yes.
Unlike Obsidian Portal, it will let you edit that.
Yeah, agreed. You had to delete it and recreate it. I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm just saying this is a learning experience that I had not done.
I'm terribly sorry. I really thought you knew.
No,
So,
I'm
really sorry. I gotta catch everyone up with this. Merkel and Dream are having a conversation, and it's going a little wild. Finally, Dream gets out that that all of the money was stolen, including Merkel's money, and well, Merkel, Scott, you want to read what Merkel said in response to that?
Merkel said, Well, you did set her on fire. I would have charged you a lot more for that.
And then he paused for a moment or two, and then what did he say?
Oh, I had money?
That's great. That's awesome. Oh, that's beautiful. So actually, I'm going to give you guys the first 2 logs right now.
Somewhere in this 5 weeks, could I have asked Grignac to help me with a prayer to Banu?
Yes, of course. You could have Grignac in 5 weeks to help you with a prayer to Banu.
Yeah, it only took us 4 weeks, so it's a good thing we started early.
I know, right? In the prayer, he simply asked. In the prayer, he simply asked Banu if we have accomplished the 50-name task list, and does this mean Overkill's soul can go to the Mayap? And I realize that you may not answer me. I am simply hoping that it can be solved for his son, who I will raise, so that when I talk about his father, it can be in good standing and not the disgraced person he sometimes was. And that's it. That's all he asks. He's not expecting an answer or log or anything. He just wanted to make sure he hoped that he had accomplished that, or as Crisis had accomplished that goal finally.
I could kiss you. Very, very cool. I'm really glad that you did that.
Actually, Grignac does kiss Tarun, stating, "You've reminded me of my purpose and some things I had forgotten."
Is that before or after you shrink to 6 inches?
Oh no, I like the big wet troll lips, because there's nothing like potentially getting your head swallowed by a troll mouth. It's just,
that's all I can say.
Scott, this again, it says, God, I'm glad to hear your voice. That was good. Wow, that was okay. That was a picture.
he just quietly says, like, never tell my sister you did that.
No, maybe I'll just pass a kiss to her from you.
I'm totally down with this.
Oh, God.
Don't do it, but I'm totally fine with this.
Oh, don't do it in public? Okay.
Well, she is queen. There are issues I'll have to deal with.
Yes, but I am a priest of the gods of light, so I mean...
on our world, we fought a lot of trolls. They were bigger than you, but still...
I can understand, they might try and kill me. That could cause problems. I understand.
And as priests go, I kind of like you, so I don't want to replace you anytime soon.
I don't want to replace me either.
Oh, we lost Dave.
Lost Dave.
That's not good.
Snow.
It's been a weird night for everyone.
Has it?
Yeah,
Well, you had some video issues at first, and then you got that corrected. And
yeah, I have
OBS
Firefox
crashed
issues tonight, and then OBS crashed, and
Yeah, and you guys didn't even notice that I completely lost connection and came back.
I saw that you were having internet issues, and I decided not to mention it because by the time you came back, I was about to mention it, and you were already back. I'm like, okay, never mind.
That's what everybody fuck Craig. No one cares about him.
No, you mean everybody fucks Grignac.
Details.
So, Merkel! Welcome to your first log from someone else.
I can't think of one.
In Roll20.
that's fast. That's not even a 3 game.
Oh, we have to copy this and paste it in a URL because the HTTP's not on it.
Oh shit! Sorry, don't know why the HTTP wasn't on it. My fault.
It happens. No big.
It is on the next one. That one is to Dream from Malkin.
Oh, Rizol.
And yeah, how do you pronounce his name? Mr. Merkel?
That's whose name?
Rizal.
Your dad?
Rizal.
Rizal. Okay. There you go. It's Rizal.
Is Dave back yet?
I don't think so.
Did he have to? His computer might have froze up.
Well, links are posted in Roll20 or Twitch.
Chris, to answer your text, just next break, I need you for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Wait, Merkel, did you state that I was only 3 inches tall? Excuse me, but I am 6 inches tall when I am short.
Oh, sorry. I actually didn't have a ruler on me, and we were in the middle of a fight.
Well, next time measure me against your stick, and it'll be a perfect match.
Oh, wow, that's
Wow!
confident. What if he's less?
Hold on.
Sorry.
Tor looks for them and just goes, burn.
That was awful.
Oh, wait, we can't burn him. Namaya's not here.
Yeah, but I'm up. It just, the Namaya jokes don't feel as good with Dave not being on.
I was covering for the fact he wasn't here.
Okay, so during the 5 weeks, Mr.
Well,
Calendar...
his money's not here anymore either.
5 weeks.
What happens on the 1st of Raw?
Why, the Festival of the Pantheon of Raw.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh.
He's back.
Dave's back?
Yes, I hope so.
Yay!
Did the snow, this foreign thing known as snow, do something?
I don't know what it is.
On my first emails.
Every now and then, my internet just randomly, my router just randomly goes into standby.
Maybe the snow melted into it.
Could be because of the cotton that they use in movies. It looks like snow.
Yes. What is the snow thing? It's a lot of cotton that you sent in the picture.
Cotton Eye
that you
Joe?
gave me. Perhaps.
I just keep thinking it's a crappy Photoshop edit. I never know what the snow crap is.
Hey, Dave, how many times you had to get your snowblower out this year?
If I had a snowblower, this would have been the only time it needed to come out.
Oh,
Everything
okay.
else we've had has been very, very minor. I know it's nothing compared to what you guys get, but
No, I've only really had to use mine once.
Dizzy said the librarian misspelled crisis.
Did I?
Never
No,
let him
Dizzy, not
fucking
being a
forget
smart
that.
ass. We like that other people point that out to our GM, so that way we don't get in trouble for it.
Are you effing kidding me? I misspelled crisis?
That's what Dizzy
Oh,
says.
that's hilarious.
I haven't read that one.
On which one? On the Malkins. Oh God,
The librarian misspelled.
that's terrible.
Let's take a look.
I see crisis in here twice. It's currently spelled correctly.
Yeah.
Unless
Does
she's
she not
referring to
know
the
that
capital
crisis is the
Oh.
capital I?
Yeah, there's an I.
The capital.
Oh,
yeah.
she thinks it's an L.
Oh,
I. I
okay.
can see that. Okay, yeah.
Typo is
Okay.
spelled as an L somewhere. Oh, maybe it's there's. I don't know.
Is it the other log? Did they say crisis in the other log? She
Let
said
us know,
librarian,
Dizzy.
right?
I'll
there's no-
push for more marbles for you. I'll give you more marbles.
How about you give Hebo a flex point?
That
If
Dizzy is
Hebo
not
did
Hebo.
it, maybe. give Desi a dizzy point. There you go.
Yeah, and she can play it
Dizzy
whenever.
a Dizzy point.
A dizzy point, and it can be
I'm
played
working with
whenever.
what I got. All right.
Which isn't much, admittedly.
Yeah, I'm about half the size of what I had before.
No, I thought you were just as big as you were before, but your head is half as high.
That's the ego. It's just, yeah.
All right. So, did I send the Ursus response log yet? No.
No.
All right, so Ursus, you also get a log.
Oh yeah, that's a capital I, Dizzy.
You get a log. He gets a log. Everybody gets a log.
Except for Tarun. Why? Because nobody likes him.
Someone's talking to my sister.
Not yet, but I plan on having an in-depth conversation with her.
Tarun, you'll always be the only dwarf.
Tarun, now it's starting to catch. I'm loving it.
Oh man, there's a lot of logs here.
I'm gonna have to come up with like nicknames for everybody if they're never gonna say his name correctly.
Torun.
Oh, good. I like him.
Ursus still hasn't come up with his tribal name yet, so.
In my vision,
I thought it was Honorable Bearman.
No, your tribal name.
Oh, I totally wait. Yeah, let's do this.
in my view, you're the only true dwarf that's ever been in Crisis.
All right. On the 28th of Ra, after you had celebrated the festival of the Pantheon of Ra by having a great feast, inviting many of the Byzantine people onto the palace grounds and letting the nobles rub elbows with the common folk.
There's many
which they
ice
were
sculptures.
obviously very uncomfortable. However, many priests of Algor assisted you in making sure that people felt at home and felt comfortable.
I thank them profusely, since Algor was one of the three gods that said many should be king.
And in fact, the head priest of Algor has made a few visits.
Are you saying Horth Ravestrider stopped by?
Horth Wavestrider has stopped by.
Hey, Victor?
By the way, Dream, Horth Wavestrider does not ring supernatural.
Okay.
I'm not about to blow his cover.
Hey, Victor. Starting on the Festival of Ra, in addition to my normal daily gratitude prayers, I ask if the gods would tell me which one is on duty.
Daily.
Until I receive an answer until the end of the month, yes.
All right.
But of course, daily gratitude. Always daily gratitude.
All right, so give me 20d20.
Okay.
We'll see if in the first 20 days you roll a 19 or 20. Because I know it'll give me a list on this way.
Give you a pretty decent odds of it happening at some point.
Did you?
Yep.
Wow. There's a 19.
Yep. 1, 2, 3,
Two
4,
19s.
5, 6, 7. 7th? On the 7th? On the 7th of Ra, you find out that it is Benu. Through a vision of her looking into a crystal ball and shaking her head and cussing, saying, "Don't they realize there is much to do? Why are they sitting around and dealing with these stupid things?"
And then I pray to Benu about, hey, did we finish his quest?
Well, yeah, that. I lead you in that prayer to Benu, yes.
And then I mentioned to Benu that I'm going to take care of Overkill's son as if he was my own.
And Minishmi arrives, as previously stated. And feasts you grandly. And arrives with 12,000 soldiers.
Yeah, nice.
Many of them ragtag, barely, most of them holding farm equipment or mining equipment or things of that nature as weapons, but it seems that he's been rather active in recruiting on the way in. He is his army is dragging many corpses of Iceborne, which go up around random pikes along where the wall used to stand of his city.
You mean his citadel, because we didn't destroy the city.
Citadel, sorry. The Citadel.
Random encounters, thank you for the host. Much about love.
Oh, thank you.
Love.
Love.
Ursus will volunteer his time helping to rebuild the wall, carrying large stones or whatever, cutting.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah, Victor. Before we move on, yeah, Dream wanted to be a part of that as well, helping to rebuild the wall. That was a big issue that was raised with whatever the guy's name was.
Julian.
Yeah. Julius.
That's fine. Merkel doesn't.
Or
Merkel doesn't.
I spend my days dealing with bureaucrats,
I love
basically.
Merkel. Yes, you do. Merkel keeps trying to entertain people. And
what is
saying very inappropriate things after people leave.
And
what is the date when Minishme shows up? Because Dream probably needs to send a log or two, which I'll do after the game. But Try needs to send a letter or two to people.
The 21st of Raw.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So he got there even a little bit quicker than the
A
28th.
little bit faster, yes.
I will make a note of that real quick because I had that on the 28th. I figured that was
Yes.
coinciding with the festival. My bad.
Yeah, and I had originally thought that, and I did some random rolls and found out otherwise. So, 21st.
Hold on, no.
which
What month
festival
were we
is
in?
not actually on
You
the,
were
We
in
were
Celestra.
in Celestra.
You're now in Raw.
Right, we were in Celestra, and we
You're-
just had the Festival of Raw in Celestra, so we have a new Festival
No,
of
no.
Raw?
The Festival of Raw is the first of Raw. The Festival of the Pantheon of Raw is
Got
the first.
light. Ra has a separate festival for him, and then there's a festival for the gods.
The
of
Gods of Light, yes.
There's one for Set, and then one for the gods of Taut as well.
Yes.
Right, so what did we celebrate on the boat?
That was Ra himself.
Yes, that was Raw himself.
Happens to also be
Okay.
Torrent's birthday.
Right, and what we're saying we're going to celebrate on the 28th, 4 days after Minishme arrives, was...
No, 7 days.
7 days, but it was just a festival. It wasn't necessarily a. It was just like, hey, we're feasting. Ta-da!
I had originally said 28th, and I was wrong. It's the 21st is when you festival.
Because
Minishme throws a big party to celebrate Crisis and them helping, and there's a big festival basically for Minishme ascending the throne. It seems that there is great support for this. There's very little grumbling. There's very little anti-Minishme rhetoric.
I have a request about the Ascension.
Okay.
And I'll wait to if you wanted, but it would happen during the Ascension. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, so before that, right before, while you were partying, Grignac and Torin, you suddenly feel that you need to be alone together.
Ooh.
Come on, big boy. I have a totem to show you.
Well, let's hope it's bigger than the last one. All right, let's go.
Alright, so we head off.
I'm getting there, sorry.
He starts making a nice sculpture of them as they head off hand in hand.
Nope, said we were hand in hand.
I totally support this, and there was no way it was going to be hand in hand. I'd be hanging from his hand like, "Let's go, Daddy! Woo woo!"
Sure thing, big boy.
You mean like this?
I forgot you had that whistle still.
Oh god. Crap. Where? Shit. What's her name? Cora is one of them. What's the other one? Someone want to help me? Overkill's Mini Shmee's wife.
Christine?
Christine. That was the name. Thank you.
Queen Christine to you? I remember the log title.
Yeah. Okay, there it is.
I was going to say
The
Roxanne.
log I was actually going to send to you. No, it's not that log. Is it? Byzantine pyramids are safe. No, it's from Mini Shmee himself. Someone asked, Torin asked about the 50 list, so I wanted to give an update. But I needed to get to the actual update to make sure I was updated. No, not that one. That one, Return of the Redbeard. That's it. Yes. Okay. Cool. So here we go. Grignac and Torin, you see this, and you recall reading about this at one point. And you see all the yeses going down and down and down and down.
Kramer, thank you for the host. Much of a love to you as well.
And you realize that that is most of the 50 list. And then you see no's or deceased and people that have discussed, and there's like 2 no's. And one of them you recognize as the no that has been in existence all the way since the Balgor Wastelands. And you get a reminder of the stuff that you read previously about that. And then you see only one other no. And I need to give you the name. And I've suddenly realized I don't have his freaking name. Why don't I have his freaking name? Sorry, typed his name. Didn't seem to save his name. Overkill's 50 names. Moment. I will give it to you.
That's actually a pretty impressive feat. Merkel was juggling some stuff, said, you know what, I'm hungry. He walks away from what he's juggling where it stops in midair and waits for him. Eats, comes back, and then just, all right, let's go.
That is kick-ass. Why didn't I know about this?
You just typed it in there. It was a lot of... But it was badass.
Yeah, we worked it out in chat, so we didn't disrupt what you were doing.
So number 32 on the Overkill 50 names list, Rear Carthian Capra, is no.
Okay, and the rest were deceased from what you were telling me. That didn't show up.
Rest were deceased, or yeah, rest were deceased, or no. There was only one no, which has been a no for a very long time.
What? Who was the other no, and why is he a no, and what can we do to fix that?
I don't know.
I mean, this is out of character since, you know.
Molyneux Staff Cave.
Yeah. Even when the gods kind of put him near Wyota during the Battle of Blutherad Bay, he still, at the end, said, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not doing it. Piss off. He's not liked Overkill for some time. And Overkill has not given him any reason to change that opinion.
And of
His
course,
last time he met him, it didn't help anything at all.
So there's the 50 names list. So,
should I mention that Ursus is the one that actually possesses the list?
That's fine if you want.
Okay.
That's the other guy that was bad. So since I said one, I put one in the link.
Yeah, I saw work.
But now both. So those are the only two that are outstanding. Everything else is done. And Banu says, this, with a voice like fire, which I can't do, so I'm just not even going to try. This list is complete. Consider this debt paid.
He drops to his knees and bows, knowing that he can't see her. He just does it. He's trying to prostrate himself in thanks, because he did not expect her to answer him.
Gregnack?
Gregnack decides to follow along with his compatriot, but also decides that prayer is his best defense and also his best offering. And says, Mighty Banu, I know that often Crisis has not lived up to your expectations. Crisis has not followed the path that you would have us lead. But in this, I am glad that we are able, in some small part, to fulfill a request given to us. In your name, Amun-Ra.
Very cool. Okay. So, after much partying and celebration, Minishmi personally the next day says thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I understand that the one named Hebo has one of the two swords of office of Byzantium.
Hebo will kneel. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
He'll kneel and flex and hold out the sword in case it was a mistake to give it to him.
He flexes and kneels.
It's a kneeling flex. It's a move.
Yep.
Have you ever seen the Thinker?
Yeah. This one's called the Stinker.
Except the sword is in his hand that's up there at his face.
Yep.
I think I can
Thank
draw
you,
that.
Master Hebo, but for defeating the Rakshasa, the sword should be yours.
He flexes and says, thank you. I will treasure it forever, and it shall be passed down from generation to generation.
It would be nice if it returned to Byzantium once you are passed.
It would be, wouldn't it? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, it would.
It's a good thing that Hebo's not as big a dick as No Name.
He says, I will take that into consideration.
Really?
No, he just flexes.
Does that mean yes?
He does the head bob.
He just flexes again.
Yep.
He's not answering the question. He's just posing.
He's a man of few words, Your Majesty.
King Minishmi, we will ensure that this sword does return upon his demise.
Hey, he does not speak for me.
So you talk against Crisis now, do you, Hebo?
So,
He doesn't-
I wait patiently.
will you return the sword to to Byzantium?
He will return it
once
unless
you die. You will instruct your descendants to return the sword to Byzantium once you pass.
unless the world
Or your
calls
close
for
friends.
the hero that it never knew it needed that it needed. And he flexes once more.
You could just say yes.
Minishmi says, "Are you perhaps related to my cousin.
Yes, I think they're both a little
He
touched
did.
in the head.
He did get around, didn't he?
He did.
No.
Are you sure?
Torin is doing this visibly in front. It's just like.
No, he says he'll give it back unless evil needs to be vanquished, in which he would gladly do so.
You will not be in existence anymore.
They will summon me from beyond.
I think he has a high opinion of himself.
No, he'll say no. He'll say yeah.
I'm pretty sure he knew your cousin.
Yes. So
I just want to call out. There's a couple other cool things going on with Merkel's performance during this celebration.
I'm sorry,
Scott should
but he
narrate
needs
for
to
us.
speak up.
That's why I'm
Oh,
putting that out there.
you guys were talking flat out. I didn't want to interrupt.
Go ahead. Please interrupt. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, just while I'm juggling, two candlesticks suddenly lunge each other and fight each other to the death. Basically, one of them picks up a butter knife and decapitates the other one.
I
Hold on, though. The performance continues, right?
I know.
Ursus' meal gets up and runs away.
With Ursus lunging after it, I assume.
I reckon so. And then Merkel splits into four and sings as a group, and a smoke bomb gets teleported beneath No Name when he sits back down.
So,
Okay.
so Gregnack walks over to Merkel and says, I'd beware being the jester. The last jester in Crisis was completely consumed by fire by Benu.
Oh, so that's
Bungo was not, actually.
Yeah, but so Merkel will go,
Harold,
so that's where Silent got it from.
Bungo wasn't a jester.
I was talking about Harold, who used his telekinesis at the time to move things around and...
Yeah. What did you put under no name?
I was being sarcastic, sorry.
Yeah.
What did you put under no name?
A smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb.
Oh, well, I like smoke bombs. Joke's on you.
Yes, suddenly you just disappeared into a puff of
He's
smoke.
like,
Normally-
boy, did I eat something bad.
No,
Normally you smoke
he
the
says,
guy
hey,
with the
you
smoke
mind
beard.
if I smoke?
Most people don't know this, but the Western Empire inhales elsewhere.
Oh, no. No, you did not just say that.
Lunatics.
Every
Oh,
single
God.
one of us.
Okay.
We have two mouths. You didn't know that.
I'm beginning to think my sister paid her off.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, so that's why my money got so big.
Is that what they're calling it these days in Byzantium? Money.
Uh-huh. So, I wish to thank Crisis at the bottom of my heart. I'm sure that there will be an adjustment here, but it is a grand pleasure to have traveled, well said, across Byzantium and found so much support. And Byzantium shall always welcome Crisis as long as I shall sit on the throne. And with that statement, his wife goes around and places around each person's neck an amulet of Isis.
Dream politely accepts it. Thank
Torin
you.
does as well. He bows.
I was going to say, if anyone doesn't politely accept it, I'm going to really advise that you just shut the F up.
Yeah.
Greg Mack brings it to his lips, kisses it, and says Amun-Ra.
There you go.
I'm waiting whenever you're done.
She looks over at her husband and says, and when he nods, says, "This shall be a gift to all in crisis, to remind them that Isis watches over them at all times, even when she is, quote-unquote, not the god on duty, as the books have so eloquently said. Isis was the beginner of the quest, and she shall see it through to the end. And to this end, she will gift to Crisis a bonus to one thing that they wish upon at this moment." And I'm going to go in alphabetical crisis order. Grignac.
I have no idea what you're asking.
What do you want a bonus to?
Can we take a break first?
Sure.
After you describe it?
Yes, this is a bonus to one thing. Anything that has a plus to it.
Like a skill, a weapon, anything?
Or you could use it to a skill, you could use it to a WP, you could use it to a save. Anything.
You could grow an inch.
You could grow an inch. In some way.
I was talking about height.
Any body part.
Come on.
Or your overall height, if you choose. Your circumference. Your head size.
The millennia that you'll live.
That would also help. So, think about that on our final 10-minute break.
No, this is our second one.
Is this our second? I thought
Yep. We were going to take one, but he was able to get OBS working.
We didn't. That's right. All right. So, second break. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Alrighty. We'll be back.
I left you a whisper. Just read it when you get time.
When I get back.
Sure, no problem.
Oh yeah, you guys are ready for this? Oh yeah. Alright, let's rejoin the call. Get this party going. And then we'll have one more break and we're good to go. But let's see
So
if...
we had 10 minutes to think about this because Grignac, of course, would make a completely different choice than the player would.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Welcome
Hi,
to
we
Search
must be
Easy.
live.
We are live.
Cool. Woo!
We don't have to... No.
So, Crisis and Hebo all receive these amulets.
If only Rebuilt was here. Oh, you know who else is a sub but doesn't show up as Marfin, man? He was here earlier.
I'm sorry we didn't say hi to Marfin at the time. Marf, if you're
Yeah.
watching this later,
Much love.
So,
Grignac, what would you like a benefit to?
Isis, your generosity knows no bounds. And though I would love to take a benefit for myself, the only thing that I can claim and wish is that you would give an absolute knowledge that it is the God's choice that Minishme be on the throne.
You hear a voice in your head as she places the amulet around your neck that says, "Damn it, troll, make a choice," in Banu's voice.
Can we ask for a +1 level?
No.
But you said +1 in anything
nice
on our
try.
sheet.
But nice try.
Well, you could ask for a +1 experience.
And I'll give you 1 point of experience. Yes.
What about +1 d12? Damn.
Can I have
Anyways, Grignac, you have to choose something that affects you, obviously, now.
A protection against psionics.
All right. I'm going to whisper something to you. Merkel.
That would be +1 to the number of the things I could throw.
Expand?
The raising of the eyebrows really sold that, Scott.
I've got 7 attacks normal and 9 attacks thrown, so I've got +2 number of attacks thrown. If you ever take that to +3 attacks thrown. But I must say, if I threw every weapon I had, I'd do about 30 points of damage.
At the moment, you do know that will change, and if you don't think that will change, there's some disconnect between you and me. All right. I understand. You do understand that the...
Or +1 to the number of things I can juggle. I don't mind either way.
Okay. I'm whispering to you now. And no name.
Can you come back, because I was on the phone with someone named the GM during the break, so I didn't get
Absolutely. That's fine. Mr. Dream.
Great goddess, I am most appreciative of your gift. If I must ask for something, it would be a resilience to mental aberrations or insanity.
Oh, you're
If
a
I-
+1 to save versus crisis.
If I were to succumb to insanity, I would not be able to help my fellow members of Crisis.
Okay. Whispering to you.
Should swear it's been crisis that's done the most damage.
Everyone's got that one friend. He's got that one group.
Torn?
He closes his eyes, holds the amulet, and prays. And out of character, the question is, could you increase my critical range by 1? Instead of
pray.
17 to 20.
Pray.
What you should pray for is that instead of a 1 to 4 being missing, it's a 1 to 3.
I will absolutely deny that, but I'm going to give you XP for it just because that's a really cool thought and probably the the best thing that anyone can ever receive.
Oh, come on, that's so Munchkin.
Yes, I agree. But so let me hear your prayer, Torrin.
Okay.
I can't confirm nor deny, but let me hear your prayer.
Oh, that's fine. And
just say it.
I'm trying. I didn't expect to have to come up with a prayer on the spot.
I get it.
Yeah, why should we worship false gods? Oh, sorry, I'm on the BRB screen this whole time. He was like, "Are you waiting for someone to come back?" Yeah, it's me mentally. I'm waiting for myself to come back.
That's something.
All right, negative 10,000 XP to.
Am I passing my illness off to everyone else via Skype or something?
Seems to be.
Well, I made you laugh, so I get the bonus 10,000 right back.
Hey, Andrew, so apparently what you have is a computer virus?
Cute, Greg. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Torrin, you've now gotten some extra time there.
In the month that Banu watches over myself and Crisis, I was given a gift from you, she of the countless names, and told to ask for a boon. Frankly, I'm not worthy. Everything I've done in my life has been on a different world and has not really aided you in the collection of the pieces of your husband. I don't deserve any gift. I appreciate the offer. The only thing I am good at is fighting dragons and trolls and giants and taking the enemies down in your name and in the name of Ra and in the name of the gods of light. If you would so wish to see me do that with more effectiveness, I ask that maybe I can find the chink in the armor that much quicker or that much more effectively, in whatever manner you see fit, because I will make no demand upon you. But since the request was made, that is the only idea I can think that would help you achieve the goal of reunion with your family. Your unworthy servant, Prince Torrin, hopes that this finds you well and makes no call upon you or your time. And he kisses the amulet and then kneels.
Dream, speak up.
No, I was just making a joke that Benu would say, "Nah, you said you aren't worthy. Pass."
I saw the whisper. Thanks.
Good, but that was funny. Ursus.
I'm
So, Marco, you changed it back? Scott?
Yeah, I've changed it back.
Yeah,
obviously. That's much better.
I
Okay.
just read what Dave said. That's funny as hell.
Yeah, I'm sure Ursus wants +5 to strike, but he's not going to get +5 to strike. Ursus, your turn.
Ursus.
Come on, you've had plenty of time. Let's go.
Yeah, I know.
He wants this many.
Remember that string of hands he has?
Can I have?
Guys, You know what? Screw it. While I have become more and more wise, and with my recent ascension, I have become marginally more intelligent, I feel that my lack of intelligence sometimes holds me back. So any gift that you feel, I request that it would be in the form of intelligence.
Oh man, you're a dick.
What? What? I'm the dumbest guy in the group right now, and he always has problems with that. So he's like,
no, it's just that's one I never expected. That goes so out of the box. I just never expected that one. That's good.
That's the first thing I looked at was stats. I was like, "Will I get any good bonuses?" And I was like, "Not really."
I'm already pretty much. I was going to go for strength, but Vic said,
I whispered to you, Ursus. No name. Your turn.
Okay, so GM, would you accept the haste?
You'll note that I have not answered any of these questions.
Yeah, you have.
Directly. No.
Yeah, you have. Because you said to Dave and some others don't request for crit range and...
Go ahead.
Okay. The haste at which I can cast spells, meaning I level 6.
Definitely
I can cast
not.
at one.
Definitely not. But nice try. I'm giving you XP for trying. That was good. I'll give you XP for trying that one. Nope.
Oh man, that would have been nice.
That would have been great.
Mm.
Overpowered, but great.
Overpowered, but great. Yep.
Well, you got big shoes to fill. I mean, I understand what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course, considering the fact that Reset's going to get
wear shoes.
Considering the fact that Reset's going to get stuff that mirrors this, I don't want Reset to have that. So,
So you said no on the crit range?
We don't know what he said because it was in a.
So that was requested?
I'm sexy and I know it.
Sprocketeer. Thank you for that follow. Much hippo love.
Hippo
Welcome to the
Love you, Sprocketeer.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Love.
Shoot. So you said you didn't answer that one, right?
I did not answer that.
You should get +1 to the number of scythes you could use.
Well, I'm thinking it's between 2 for me right now.
No, what he really wants is he wants +1 to his members.
I'm thinking +1 to the number of attacks I have.
So, speak up. How are you?
I would like to have the ability to attack more often than my foes. If I can strike more often.
And if you had paired scythes.
Yeah, the ability to wield my scythe in one hand.
I must say, you probably need to grow another set of arms.
Is that even a thing? Like, how would you?
You have just made 2 requests.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm asking. Is that even
you
a
have
thing?
made 2 requests.
Okay.
And I put in Roll20 what you got.
Okay.
Be careful what you wish for your next time.
Oh, well, I don't care.
No, you should care. Everyone's gotten a bonus. Please care.
Well, no, I mean, it's like, you know, if that's how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. I don't care. That's what I say. It's like, okay, whatever.
Come on.
What? You want me to cry over it? First Palladium players I've seen outside of my own group. Awesome. Well, welcome, Sprocketeer.
Welcome, Sprocketeer.
Oh, nice.
Yay, Sprocketeer.
Welcome.
I mean, what do you want me to do if I receive silence? Does that mean you want me to keep on trying, or is my turn? Done?
Try one more time. Make sure you're succinct and ask for only one thing and do it succinctly.
Okay. I wish for the ability to wield my scythe with one hand instead of two, with the same skill as if I was using two hands.
Okay. So no name. I'm gonna take a while. So you will receive a response. But I'm gonna continue as I type.
Mm-hmm.
So
that sucks because I forgot. I have to level up to get a skill to utilize that.
So
yeah, can I wish for one Xfinity more wishes?
And Sprocketeer, we have a bunch of longtime Palladium players here, including a Megaversal Ambassador Coordinator and a bunch of people that are active on the forums. So we're big Palladium fans in this group. So
how many ambassadors do we have in this group?
Right now we have one bastard. I mean, one ambassador.
No, we have 3 ambassadors.
I think, yeah, I was going to say we have multiples. I'm one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one.
See.
And I am. So there you go. So yeah. So big Palladium fans in this group, and welcome.
You just have to.
So
you have to send them tasteful nudes.
After the. There is no such thing.
Send them to Kevin
my
directly.
Body, there is no such thing as tasteful. There's nothing tasteful about this.
Kevin's like, if you send me them, I will make you an ambassador.
No, because look at this. There's nothing tasteful here. No.
He calls up his wife. I'm gonna be late tonight.
I am definitely sure that you have the highest concentration of Palladium players in Tasmania there, Merkel. Yep, yeah. Absolutely.
Sprocket's gonna go on the floor.
Just so you know, recently, Merkel, there's been actual requests made by people for PDFs for small gaming cons that have been granted in Australia.
Oh, cool.
So that's starting to happen finally, thank God. So
Sweet.
So yeah, so please sign up for the ambassadors. After all, everyone anyone that's ever been on the fantasy forum would recognize your moniker there. So yeah.
Truly.
Because you've been a fixture there forever. So the next morning, you find.
Well, you never said I received anything.
I told you I was typing and be patient.
No, you didn't even say that.
He did.
He did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See. I was so distracted because I was excited for Sprocketeer. I'm not gonna lie though, I was.
I am too. Anyways, so the next morning you find Torrin still wide awake, looking very bleary-eyed and worse for the wear, sitting on the throne as trumpets blare. You've all been given warning to dress in your finest and attend a ceremony of only higher-ups and in Byzantium and Crisis.
I am
where
a small circlet.
Mini Shmi.
So Ursus needs to get dressed, period.
Yeah, Ursus actually has to wear something for once.
Pants, bitches!
Sorry, I'm wearing a kilt.
Pants adjacent.
Sure, I'll stand next to you wearing pants.
Next time, put them on your legs, not over your shoulder.
Well, you said I was supposed to be wearing pants adjacent.
No, this is not where we start that. No name.
We could.
Oh, no.
No. These all get uploaded to YouTube. Eventually, Kevin or someone close to Kevin's going to watch every single one of these.
No, he's
and
not.
We'll be in trouble. Yeah, no,
Kevin,
someone close to Kevin.
Kevin, if you're
Someone
watching
close to
this, Kevin, if you're watching this,
we love you. And thank you for the great surprise package.
If you actually watch this,
Chris, be careful. I'm gonna drop you off of Skype.
I was gonna say, if you actually watch this and come into the channel and say I watched it, and type that in chat, I'll do 2 boots for you right there.
Silence. You've got to say that out loud.
I'm pretty sure I'll get dropped if I do.
I cannot say a word. I said for the Christmas surprise package specifically. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But yeah, if someone tells you it's null and void.
Anyways,
he's like, I'm Kevin Sabita, AMA.
All right. So,
our
no name. Trust me. Do this now. Cut and paste what I just sent to you in Roll20. Send it to me as an email. So when I say I didn't say that, you can say F you. You said it. Here's the email. Everyone else, anything I gave you, please put it onto your character sheet now.
Wait, I'm confused. What do you say that again?
Oh God, did what I just typed just disappear?
No, I have what you typed.
No, he said email it to him so that in the future when he says bullcrap, I never said that, you say bullcrap, I just sent you the email.
Okay. Thank you. Craig, you are a good translator. You are a scholar and a sir.
you translate Victor Ease. Thank you. All right. So, at the handover of power, Torin is sitting in the throne with a simple circlet. I'm assuming that Hebo is not on the Queen's chair.
Well, Hebo's not a queen today, so.
And why does Hebo have a green bar that stretches for ad infinitum?
Because nobody ever fixed it.
He's really excited about the ceremony.
He's keeping it warm. Haven't you heard of chair warmers?
Well, look, I apparently still have access to those stats.
This is prior to the era of Cavalier King Charles, so Hebo will sit on her lap to keep her warm in the cold winter nights.
Anyways.
Thus the lap dog.
Anyways.
Hey, Victor, I still have access to both No Name and Hebo, just
yeah, thank you very much. I'll fix that right
Hey, don't turn me into a Cherokee.
So, after much pomp and circumstance that I'm just really not in the mood to get into, Mini Shmi looks at Torin and says, "The people of Byzantium have decided that I am regent until the elections, which I hope will turn me into a legitimized king. Do you abdicate the throne?
He stands. He sets his axe to the side, reaches behind him, and pulls out a simple cleaver. He extends his hands outward and says, "From one brother to another, may we solidify this bond in blood." And he shows him the handle so he can read the word Redbeard on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he cuts his hand and extends the handle first of the cleaver to him and holds his hand out.
And you see a single tear fall down his cheek as he clasps his hand, your hand, and says, "Brother to brother, I promise that I shall rule Byzantium for all people, and make sure that the change is slow and positive, and that I understand that I am getting a gift that I do not deserve." Thank
Does
you,
he
my
cut his
brother.
hand? Does he
does.
cut his hand in? Perfect.
He does.
No, he's just
I
like,
take the
nah.
circlet. I take the circlet off my head and I place it upon his.
He hands it back to you and says, "We have a crown of Byzantium. This is yours. Please keep it.
No,
or
you're not.
Deserve it in it."
Hand it back to me as for the ceremony.
He said, "Fine."
I didn't ever ask where they kept the actual royal jewels. I thought that would be gauche.
Mm-hmm. He puts it on.
I gotta say something.
Go ahead.
Someone created an account called Kevin S for Real and said, "I watched it, your move." I'm calling BS.
Shenanigans! Well played.
Kevin, prove it. You have Victor's email. Send a picture of you holding a sign, and then Victor's gonna.
He has my phone number. He has my
Yeah,
email.
since
he
you're
has-
here right
yeah.
now, send him a text with you holding a sign saying, "I watched it."
Yep.
Oh my god, it is so effing funny.
And give me a follow.
It's also 1 o'clock in the morning. The poor man's definitely asleep.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But
it's only 12 for him.
Oh, that's right. It's only 12 for him.
Mhm.
My fault.
Oh, he's Central Time?
Yep.
he's like, "Let me tell you my thoughts on this new book that's coming up." Not in the middle of your game. That would be I feel like it's Andrew because Andrew's typing a lot right now.
Oh, God. Okay. Anyways, moving on. It sounds like Andrew.
I step down, and in front of Minishme, I turn to the crowd and say to them, "All hail the new regent until the elections. Kneel
All
before
hail
the
Regent Minishme!" And, yeah. So, you hear a great cheer of all hail Regent Minishme. And go ahead.
Oh. When it dies down, I would say if it pleases the regent, soon to be king, may I have a private audience with you at some point?
I'm sexy and I know it.
You may.
Thank you, Kevin S.
Once this is
For
all
real. For the follow. Much hippo love on the hippo pod. Whoever you are.
We got a follow out of it, so
That's great. That's awesome. I like to hear it. That's just...
You know what would be best is if like someone went on the internet and like took his actual picture and like
A lot of
put it
Photoshop
as the
happening
profile.
Anyways, let's not give more suggestions. Let's move on. So yeah, a random circlet. No, it hasn't been a random circlet.
No, it's
anyone else have anything private to say to Minishimi before I just take care of No Name and move on?
Nope, I'm done. Totally.
Let's do this.
Okay.
No,
No Name.
Dream.
Okay. So we're in private. No one else is there.
Hold on. Yeah, forgive me. No, but Dream, and I cut you off. Sorry, Dave.
No, I was just saying,
ahead.
Dream's gonna have a letter he's got to send out. I wrote that I sent it the day before, but I didn't realize that the coronation didn't actually happen until today.
Okay.
Dream's gonna have to send a note to Mangy Carl and let him know that we've met. Although he probably knows by the time it gets to him. He probably knows right now, but
well done. Well done for recalling a debt. Nicely done.
our debt is repaid. Or this debt was repaid. I think we owe him another one somehow. I'll have to look that up.
Well, when he replies in a log at some point in a couple months, you'll probably hear like, hey, and about that other one.
I'm glad you're freed up now. This is what I'd like you to do.
Anyways, No Name,
Yes.
stop it.
No,
Please.
that's what he wrote.
Yeah, that's what Filthy wrote.
I thought it was hilarious. So am I in private with him?
Yep.
I'll make sure that Dream has my scythe, or it's on the ground somewhere, and he's watching it.
Okay.
And I'll say to him, we were sent to overthrow the demon Fala, and it helped you, but we were sent by Mangy Carl, a vile and evil criminal. You must be careful not to let his people or his organization thrive in this kingdom if you win it back. Make sure that you go against him in every way possible. Take him out.
I have found that Mangy Carl is a useful tool, and that his requirements
He gives him a look
are,
like, oh.
and that his requirements and expectations are minor
And apparently he's not as big a tool as No Name.
compared to the benefits.
You would deal with such a foul person and receive these benefits knowing of all the atrocities that he commits throughout the world?
You know of the history of Crisis. You know therefore of some of the history.
He killed
of the
your
Red.
cousin.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Vertical Games 1, thank you for the follow. Much Hippo love. Welcome to the Hippo Podcast.
Hippo love!
Hippo love.
Right in the middle.
There is much history of doing what is necessary. And Mangy Carl did what he had to do to be released from his requirements.
He has not changed.
Do not tell me that Mangy Carl killed my cousin. My cousin killed himself. Let's be honest. He had plenty of warning. He should have known it was coming.
So you think that just because he turns from Reset, he has turned from all evil?
No. But
that can be used to our advantage.
Maybe that's why I'm
Crisis
not a king.
has dealt with, Meiji Carl. Thus, you have already said. It is hypocritical of you to tell me to not make the same kinds of deals that you made yourself.
I did not make this deal. I walked out on it.
But your compatriots made it. And by staying with them, you have signed off on it. For this, I do not blame Indris, for he chose his morals.
That's a very interesting worldview, but it's one built on fallacies. Just because a friend makes a promise does not mean that it comes from your lips.
And just because your view of evil is one way does not mean that I share in your view of evil.
Very well.
I will take your words under advisement, and I will tread more carefully than I would have had you not visited me. I do thank you for this.
Yes, and I
do
wish...
not get me wrong.
And I wish you the best. I do not wish you ill will just because you're associating with this man. But
I limit my association to the bare minimum. But I do now owe him.
You
and
owe
I will
him?
pay my debt. Yes.
And over... Yes, I've heard about you guys and your debts.
And the difference between me and my cousin is I pay mine.
Wow.
He grins.
He's like, yes, yeah. I'm not going to deny that.
Please send the one named Torin in when you leave.
Very
And
well.
I, again, appreciate it.
He gives him a handshake or a bro hug if he can.
A bro hug would be welcome.
Okay. And he says, be careful, because if you let evil in too close to you, it gives them better striking vantage points.
And you be careful, for if you are consumed by revenge, you do not see
That's my
the killing
secret.
blow.
I'm blind.
That's the secret. He's already consumed.
I've already been consumed. I'm Batman.
Send in the one named Torin.
Oh, fucking Chris, you're awesome.
I'll be like, Torin,
I look up. Yeah.
you have been summoned. Would you like Hebo to go in so that he may sculpt the meeting?
He walks over, takes Hebo's hands in his. I'm sorry, brother, but I must go deal with this alone. Although it pains me to be away from your sculpturing skills.
Hebo says it's okay, for even though my sword glows the same color of the ice, let it be known that I will draw your likeness in this ice
Truly,
cube
you are
that
an
I
artist.
have right now.
And he leaves him to the ice and wanders in to go see the king or the regent, soon to be king. It's kind of like the reverse of Prince's name.
And there's a bunch of little kids standing there with like miniature ice blocks, like trying to copy him, like he's teaching a
Oh
class.
God, you teaching a class?
Yep.
Okay, why not? Why
That's
not?
great.
Oh, well,
Hey, he's human. The nobles might like him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
When No Name comes back out, even though Dream is still like monitoring the scythe, Merkel for some reason is dancing around it.
Oh God.
I tell him,
Yeah, like a Mexican hat dance.
I
He's
say,
trying to tangle with it.
The tango.
if you touch that, you will have more troubles than you would ever know.
Can you see me touching it? I just wanted to see if it would dance.
No Name says, well then, all you have to do is play some music.
Oh, but then I can't play the music and dance. It is actually a little bit of a...
He looks
Hey,
at
okay.
Grignac, Because I think Grignac has an instrument.
All right, so I would like to finish with Torin and move on because I really need to move on. So real briefly, Torin, Mini Shmi basically says you better take care of my former sister-in-law or I'll castrate you. But thank you, and you're a hell of a lot better husband for her than my cousin ever was.
I completely agree with you, brother.
In-law.
He holds up and shows the scar in his palm. No, we're brothers.
He's like, okay, but that doesn't leave here.
I think the entire throne room saw it happen.
No, okay.
No Name from outside says, I saw it. You should build thicker walls.
Okay.
We got a quest to get to, and I remember.
Yes, you do.
My sister's
You're
still pissed.
rather late
I'm
now.
sure of it.
You're rather late now.
Yes,
Go.
you can just say thank you.
We're beyond late. We've already missed when we were supposed to be in the Western Empire, so they're
No,
screwed.
you haven't. No,
That date got moved.
Victor promised
moved
that
a
he
long time
would.
ago.
Victor
So
promised
that's
he
no
would
longer
warn us.
midsummer.
No. If you look at the log, I changed the date in the log.
Okay.
Yeah, and he
A
promised
while
that
back.
he promised that he would let us know exactly the point so that we never passed it. Like I told him, I don't want to get screwed over, and he said, "I will. I promise. I will tell you." And,
You got time.
Yep. So we leave and go to Redmond for the.
All right. So how are you getting to Redmond?
ice blocking downhill.
Well, we can't.
Dream.
Are we finally ready to move?
Yes, for God's sakes.
Dream was gifted a scroll of teleport to Renvin from Xerxes upon his ascension.
Yes, you were.
So if Renvin is indeed where we want to go, and I'd like to pretend that in 5 weeks of hanging out together and not doing anything else on the quest that we would have discussed this.
Yes.
Then Dream, once we're ready to move on, can definitely use the scroll to teleport us to Renvin directly.
Absolutely.
So is that
Okay. So, I'm ignoring Roll20 currently, just so you know. So, are we agreed on current date? The 23rd.
Sure.
Yep, sounds right.
the 23rd of Ra?
Yes.
Yes.
Just in time to be ripped a new one by the Queen.
By the Queen?
My sister.
Oh, that Queen. So, you read the scroll.
Yes.
Did you read the entire scroll?
He reads the entire scroll.
Did he pronounce it correctly?
Kalata Barata Nit.
Unless he rolls a 99 or 100. Go. There you go. So, this is proper. Moving on. You there's a lot of feedback, and I'm about to read a section, so I would love it if everyone got off Roll20 and muted for a moment. So, someone's still not muted. Thank you. So, you go through the familiar teleport that many of you, other than Merkel and Torin, have done many, many times before.
Have you ever described what it's like? Is it like Stargate where you go through a wormhole?
It is like Stargate. Yeah, we went through that before. It's very, very similar to Stargate.
Can you fall out of it?
No.
Okay.
A nice try.
I was just wondering, like, what happens?
Yeah, we...
Can I throw a pebble out of it?
No.
And you arrive in a field of wildflowers of every color. But they seem to be made of crystal or colored glass. And they sparkle and shine as if looking at a bunch of mini rainbows. And you smell the beautiful scent of wildflowers. Everyone give me a perception roll.
Oh, I thought you were going to say save versus magic.
Nope.
I was going to say Wizard of Oz much?
Save versus you be fucked.
No, I did not say that.
No, we never, unless that's something you want.
Except according to No Name, who never wanted anything that he agreed to on Bass Holiday.
I
Hey,
think,
let's not open that wound. I really don't want to go here.
well,
He's the one who keeps bringing it up twice a second.
I'm not into carpentry. What can I say?
Anyway,
If you made me into, like...
All right, let's move on.
I was going to say a plow. That would be different.
Well, next Bass Holiday will make you into a plow. Happy now?
How is it different? I thought you were plowed.
Something happened.
FYI, everyone is maxed. In their health. And I'm going to move Grignac in and Tenny Grignac out. So if you could all please put your perception roll in the turn order, I would appreciate it. Don't make my life easy.
And a 4 or lower still misses even on perception, right?
No matter what. Yep.
So I'll just leave mine at 0. All right.
Or leave it at what you rolled. If it wasn't a 1, just put the number.
I still need to roll for Hebo.
I'm sorry?
I need to roll for Hebo still.
Okay, so roll for Hebo. Put it in. Nice, Merkel. Natural 30, natural 20. Ursus, did you roll natural 22? Holy crap.
There were a couple 20s. I was impressed.
That's nice. So I'm just waiting on Hebo. Roll.
There you go.
Oh, he's level 15. I need to add a +1 to his perception.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you did say that on the phone.
I did. And I'll do it right now. Okay, so holy crap. All of you with 17 or better. So I'm just going to say it, assuming that all the rest of you can roleplay it.
Jeez.
Yeah. So all of you that rolled 17 or better, you realize that this is an illusion. All of you under 17 are very happy and feel as if you are in the prettiest garden that you've ever seen.
What about those of us who automatically see through all illusions?
If you see through all illusions, you also get an automatic save.
Okay.
We don't get a save versus magic on illusion?
Nope, none of this. So, for those of you that saw through it, are you continuing to walk through the garden, or are you not?
What is the real thing that we see then?
The real thing that you see is a mosaic. A really gorgeous, very detailed mosaic that is laid out on the ground in front of you. And those of you that saved that have some sort of sense magic that's going, realize that this is a magic mosaic. Since so many people saved, I might as well just say it straight out. Marco,
Well,
really? Come on.
I
We don't
started
need you
thinking to
committing
myself,
suicide now. I love the quote, but I don't need you committing suicide right now.
Oh, that's when he starts singing to himself when he points at the mosaic and says, Torrin, it called your wife. That mosaic called your
Hey.
wife Adelphida.
Hey, Victor.
Yes?
I'd like to spend a luck point on this save, on this perception.
Wouldn't bother on it.
All right, fine.
I'm just letting you know.
All right. I'll wander around aimlessly.
Enjoy it. Those of you, those of you that did save, is anyone not continuing in your walk? Is the question. Okay, moving on.
I don't understand the question.
It seems that the rest of them continue to walk looking at the pretty flowers. Do you continue to walk with them or not?
So, Dream, well, no, not Dream. Torn and Grignac just go walk off aimlessly?
They start walking through the field of flowers.
No, I don't walk. I'm looking around like, did the Goblin King get us?
Why would you think the Goblin King?
Because this doesn't look like the Rinven I remember. I was only here for 3 days, but I was. I'm like, this doesn't look anything like it. Did the Goblin King get us?
Actually, I completely forgot about that problem. Hold on, I need to whisper something to you. Shit, I had completely forgotten about this.
I'm like, crystal flowers. I don't remember seeing any.
Up downstairs.
Dude, what the hell are you smoking? Crystal fire is nothing. There's a giant fancy pattern on the ground.
Oh, dear God, it got to you too. You don't see the flowers? Shit, are we screwed?
I don't see any flowers.
All right, well, be careful. I don't know what they're going to be.
Wait. Before you make statements, Torrin, let me give you the actual thing that you remember.
Oh, I never assumed that I made it to one of those gardens. I had forgotten. I'm sorry.
I completely forgot to state that. I forgot that you had been here before and you would have actually had a tour of this. Effing Christ. Sorry, my fault.
Quick aside, did Lavalier have her have Xerxes' kids?
It would have happened by now.
Good question. You don't know. No one's reached out to her.
And she didn't send us any pigeon mail.
Anything.
Ursa's kind of reached out to her.
Kind of. And you never received a response.
Okay.
Because she doesn't like Ursus.
I did give you guys a bunch of logs, so, you know.
Maybe it just
give me
wasn't
some
written
breaks,
yet.
but yeah. That one wasn't going to be written.
I only promised Xerxes that I would go with him. I never said I'd go without him.
You are correct. Correct. All right. So the question is, Grignac Dream, you're walking. Just
am I able to shake the vision?
You can give me a re-roll.
Okay.
Maybe the babe. What babe?
The power of voodoo. Hoodoo, you do.
Nope. I still think it's crystal flowers.
Yep. Okay.
So what do we like? Do we know that?
So
there's
as you're walking through the crystal flowers and everyone is following you, Suddenly you see
I don't try to walk. I'm terrified we're at the Goblin King. I'm like, oh, shit.
Why? I don't understand.
Because this doesn't look like Renvin, so he assumes the Goblin King caught us mid-teleport.
Okay.
Because it was written in a book.
Then save versus magic.
All right, I'm going to activate a psychic ability.
Okay. Why would you?
Because we're just standing around and no one knows what to do, so I'm
you're walking, and so is Grignac. And so is everyone else other than Torin, and I'm about to make him walk if he doesn't save.
I'm not
22.
walking.
I save versus magic.
Yeah, bitch. Okay, so you now see through it.
Oh,
Just
shit.
like the rest of them. Just like the rest of them. But in this case, you recognize this as Renvin.
Sorry, guys. I was given a tour, but someone was making sure the magic didn't affect me that time. Okay, great.
What magic? It's all happy flowers.
And now it's happy trees.
Oh,
you
shit.
see a bunch of trees.
Someone's going to need to fix it.
Do I see a guy with an afro and a palette full of
You
paint?
do not.
Okay.
You do, however, see...
I don't know how to shut this off.
I did save, or I got the initiative.
I understand. I got it. So there's for those that did not save, which at this point is only two of you, Grignac and Dream. You see a gorgeous grouping of jade trees, and
We're off to see the
leaves. The leaves tinkle musically.
Victor, when I was given a tour last time, was I informed that there's like custodians of the garden anywhere around?
No. You were I'll whisper to you what. Anyways, this is a good thing, folks. Really, stop being paranoid. I'm not going to attack you. Promise.
I'm not being paranoid. I'm just being.
Oh no, I'm paranoid.
A lot of time.
I'm absolutely paranoid.
So we're walking.
Is there a way out? Is there an arch out of here? Is there a doorway?
If I see one, I'll try to get the group to come this way.
All right. Well, gosh, I wanted to describe the wondrous magical beauty, but I guess I'm getting told to skip it, so I'll skip it. Eventually, you walk through an archway, and waiting there
Yeah, the only one left who saw
That
it was
is the
actually...
problem. There's only two of us who are seeing it, and everybody else is just wandering along while, yeah.
Okay, so everyone walks through the archway because it's a physical archway, and you see the god Lictalon.
Does he look like himself to me?
He looks like himself to you. He's 20 feet tall.
Okay, I immediately draw Trigem, spin it around so that the hilt is facing toward him, and say, Lord Lictalon, I carry your blade.
I immediately stop and just bow.
It is your blade now, Grignac. Please receive it as the gift it was made to be. I owed the gods of light a debt. You joining this blade was the payment. And he smiles wide. Crisis, it is good to see you. Dream, please rise.
Dream will do that.
I will also kneel as well. I'll wait for him to talk to me.
Torin, rise.
Wait, he's my school leader, right?
But
That's Westlawn.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't even.
Yeah,
honestly, I don't.
Lictalon is the elven god of.
Oh no, I thought you were saying Renveen. Sorry.
Rinsveen.
Oh, okay.
That's somebody else entirely.
You're in Renvin, and this is the elven god Lictalon, who helped bring down the old ones.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Good thing he's not racist like a Byzantium.
I will know that was out of character and not move upon that point. Anyways.
So, because I absolutely have to use it today, and we're running out of time, and there hasn't been really any other use.
No, you don't.
Yes. I have a luck point I absolutely have to use.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Trust me, you'll have a moment where you need to use it before the end of the game.
Okay,
and
fine.
I only have an hour and a half. I know I have only an hour and a half, but you'll need to use it. Yes.
Do you promise that if he doesn't have that moment, you'll let it roll over to the next
I
session?
will let it roll over until next game if it doesn't. If it doesn't.
There you go.
On camera. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah. On
and
camera.
Also,
recorded. Yes. Yeah.
If you show up, Kevin.
I'm not. Just stop it. Anyways, moving on.
Quick note and Roll20 Jam.
No.
Okay.
It is good that you have finally come.
Sorry,
We
got
have
held up.
much to discuss. Please join me, where we shall discuss the world of Palladium and your quest to bring balance to the world, which is needed in more ways than you can tell.
Wait, what's my midichlorian count?
And he snaps his fingers, and those of you that had seen the flowers and the trees now realize it and all of the other things that I did not get to say as just stone mosaic tile that you walked over that was beautiful beyond, but was just mosaic tile. And you realize that you have just encountered a magic that you did not know existed outside of perhaps those of you that remember the story of the Stone Garden in Lorne.
And the only other person Chris played briefly who would have figured it out was Ilrin.
Mm-hmm.
Because he came from Phi.
Mm-hmm. But he never stayed, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly that was short-lived.
Very
Sorry.
short-lived. Sorry to bring up a painful memory, but yeah.
He was cool.
I was
liked
surprised when you decided not to come back as him, but anyways. So the I do love No Name though. So you adjourn to a very, very beautiful. So to describe this area in general would be to describe Rivendell. This is where the forest and the water meets a town that fits in, is somewhat hidden, but is actually a town and is very powerful, but is one with the nature around it. Never incurring upon it, but it's not like a tree city. But it is definitely part of nature. There is nature everywhere. Even where he takes you, which seems to be his quote-unquote throne room, the most ornate thing is a simple carved ivory chair, which he doesn't even sit in while you guys are around. He just sits at a table and has food with you all and chats. Of course, his chair is large enough to seat him, and of course there are chairs large enough to seat those larger and smaller than the typical elven size. And it seems that you were more than expected. Interestingly enough, you are joined in your meal by Molly.
Woohoo!
Oh. Dream will
Silent
greet her.
Dream's old friend.
Yes.
And Gregnack will absolutely not say anything about Namaya.
Good. Good. Gregnack's learning.
Well, he doesn't much want to torment Dream right now.
Mm.
Wow. Who's this guy? Someone replace Gregnack? Is he still under a spell?
I know, right?
It was kind of my first instinct, but anyways, yes.
Hey, Gregnack's been maturing since becoming a priest.
Mm.
But yeah, when Molly comes in, Dream will get up and go greet her. He'll give her a big hug. It's so great to see you. It's been so long.
She gives you a giant hug and says, I cannot tell you how happy I am here and how happy I am that you're finally safe and here. And it is wondrous to see you.
Have you been well? He looks.
I am. I am very well. And she stands and says, "Hail Lictalon, who has granted free will to many of those of us who wish to support him but not worship him." And she smiles and bows her head at Lictalon. I acknowledge you as Lord of this lovely city and Lord of the Elven Kingdom. I am glad to state that I am still a follower of Horus, of the Pantheon of Ra, the gods of light, and that this, my dear friend, Silent Dream, is a friend of mine and is most welcome here in your lands. And I thank you for all of the growth that has happened since you've returned to the realm of Palladium. And she bows her head very deeply and waits for him to acknowledge. And he kind of just secondarily kind of clears himself and adjusts himself and says, "And I, Lictalon, acknowledge that Molly is one that has helped me to understand that the world is different than when I left it. And that there are good folks of human and Cankerin and Wolfen and Troll and Dwarf and all races of Palladium. There are good and evil, and that to truly flourish, we should embrace all that is good, regardless of our prejudices." I thank you, Molly, for reminding me of this.
Dream is suitably impressed.
And
it's not as good as the Western Empire.
I scoot a few steps away from wherever hell No Name is.
Yeah, but it's a lot better than the Shut the Fuck Up Empire.
Oh, you mean the the one that Lady Shara's from?
So we begin the politics. Where do we wish to begin? Do we wish to begin in the West? I absolutely agree. The Middle Kingdoms must be crushed. However, if
but I live in the Middle Kingdoms. Just the leaders and the posers.
I'm sorry? You faded out in your statement there, Master Man with no name.
Not the innocents, of course.
Of course not. But the leadership that has revived an ancient deal with the Isle of the Cyclops is about to engage in a war that shall crush the rest of the West. Must be stopped.
I've sworn an oath before the Oath Keeper that I will either die trying or I will kill Lady Shara, leader of this.
And for my part, I shall endorse said quest. I think that Lady Shara must die many horrible deaths. For she should have died many deaths before.
Do you have any in particular you wish me to try for?
Say again. I am not sure that I understand what you wish for me.
How would He's asking... Sorry, go ahead, No Name.
How would you like me to dispose of her or present the body afterwards?
I think that your Lord Kansu would appreciate her soul.
Very well.
Most of all.
It shall be attempted.
But if that is not accomplished, please bring me her head.
Well, how do I find you again?
I will be wherever you need me to be. Dream knows how to reach Molly. You can tell me as to which city of the elves that I need to be in, or perhaps if things work out well, the city of the dwarves as well.
Well,
For yes, Torin, I am in negotiations to align the Dwarven Empire and renew the Dwarven Empire.
I look up from he had his book out, the one that's plated in gold, and puts the quill back in the thing and closes it, sets it down when he's being addressed. You are most kind. And he still frantically looks around. It's like, okay, I think I'm safe.
She will not join us during this conversations. You will have to deal with her upon your own.
Oh, we don't get to meet your sister yet?
I'm sure you will. I was just trying to avoid getting hit.
If there is anything left of him after they meet, you shall meet her. If not, I'm sure there will be a replacement for poor Torin.
No Name walks over to Torin and nudges him and says, "Who are you gonna offer to kill?"
I don't know anyone enough in your homeland that I hate to kill.
No Name. Know that this. If you fail in bringing the soul to Kansu and you bring me her head, I will reward you higher than your grandest dreams. But I am sure the Lord Kansu will need her soul far more than I would need her head.
Well, can't I bring both? If the soul doesn't remove the body.
If the soul is gone, the head will be meaningless to me.
I could bring it as a keepsake. Have you seen? Have you seen Ursus's skull?
No. I think that everybody else understands what's going on here.
Yeah, but he says, "Have you seen Ursus's skull?" Wink, wink.
I have heard of the skull of the Folwyn.
Yeah.
Ursus, does it still torture you?
I don't know. You tell me.
Do you wish for this torture to be removed, Ursus?
Yes!
No, Ursus, not Fulwin.
I had been meaning to do something to take care of it.
Do you wish for me to take care of it now?
That would be appreciated.
He places his hand on your head. Roll 1d20. Roll low. That is not low.
No, it's not.
Do you wish to use a luck point?
No.
Dream is
Don't waste it.
concerned about what's going on.
Okay.
I was fairly confident that Ursus did not have any lingering insanities.
It's not really an insanity.
Which is why I'm concerned.
It is that you and Andrew need to discuss. I can't get into this. Andrew needs to explain how that works. Do not have Dream have issues. Because I honestly don't know.
You and me both. Shit. It's gone from a recurring gag to something that's a little bit.
I understand, which is kind of why I wanted to get rid of it, because I knew Dream was going to bring this up at some point, and now that you failed, you get to figure it out.
Okay, I'll let you know in an email or something. But at the same time,
let Dave know. CC me on it, but it's really between you and Dream at this point. Okay. And I even offered to let you use a luck point because I thought this would be a good thing. But okay, moving on.
Ursus has a plan.
Okay.
That should terrify everyone.
Yeah, no shit. When Ursus plans, shit dies.
And then gets eaten. And then becomes shit.
Head becomes a puppet for the left hand.
In this, I shall tell you that do you need how may I assist you in dealing with Lady Shara, No Name? For I know that you have a stalwart teacher who has waited a long time to take care of her, who has given you much information about her. But Master No Name, how may I assist you? Oh, he's literally... I was like, oh shit, oh no. That's way too close to the truth. Never mind. Moving on to someone else, and I'll get back to No Name. Grignak. My troll friend and priest. I have watched you carefully. You have made a transition that has never been made before. How goes it for you?
You mean from shaman to priest?
It is not something that has ever been attempted to my knowledge, and my knowledge runs deep.
It becomes difficult sometimes. As a shaman, it's all about gathering those who follow you in one place. As a priest, it's about teaching those around you to follow the gods.
Have you ever considered the connection between the two similarities?
I think each one deals with the faith of other people.
Yes.
And it's all a matter of understanding how that faith powers miracle, however you term it.
And you have yet to make the connection, for you have gotten the concept perfectly, and you've understood the reason that you've made the transition, but you have not seen the connection.
I guess mostly I'm spending so much time just trying to better understand what it means to be a priest that I don't quite see how it links to my life as a shaman, even though I still remain the same individual.
You have not laid with the ones that are connected, then.
No.
Would you mind if I provided that service for you with others? For there are ones that will be able to help you in a manner that will be familiar to you.
I would welcome the opportunity, Lord Lictalon.
Members of Crisis, I know that you are pressed for time. In the interest of said time, who is typing with their feet?
Sorry.
Thank you. Please allow me to provide Grignac with whom and what he needs to make a deeper connection to his Lady Bast, while the rest of us converse.
What do you
And
mean
he looks
by
around
provide?
the table.
Oh.
I know ones that will have a understanding of said connection.
These are all my favorite lunatics, so yeah, do what you need.
Anyone have any objection? Speak up now. Don't put it in Roll20 because I won't read it.
What are we volunteering for?
We're not.
Letting Grignac leave unsupervised in the trust of your trusting Lictalon to not screw him over.
Well, as long as I don't become a plow or a chair.
Wait,
You're not currently involved.
No, I thought you said you could be a plow.
Yeah, that was totally it. He volunteered to be a plow.
Anyway,
It's not the
I'm
festival.
saying no names not being involved.
In the past, it's proven very dangerous for members of Crisis to be alone.
I understand, for this is why I bring this up.
So basically, Dream says he wants to watch.
I always
Dream should be the last person to leave currently because Molly is here.
Yeah.
All
But I
right,
always-
Torin, you already held his hand. You're pretty much already there.
I don't need to hold this.
You need to stop being a blocker and be a guider.
I am not blocking him.
Anyways,
He turns, looks at Grignac. You get on with your bad troll self. Have a
anyone
good time.
have anyone have any objections? Okay, good. Moving on.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Is
Lictalon saying that Grignac would be safe if he goes off and does this?
he is.
Okay, then I have no objections.
Swear it on the God of Oath.
I will not do that. A god does not swear upon a demigod,
Well,
as cherished as you hold him.
you haven't heard about the new advancements in society?
I'm
He
looking over
looks
like,
at you
really?
and looks at the rest of Crisis and looks at you again and says, "Okay, I have heard that at times you make statements that are clearly a challenge to people's intellect. And I will not accept this."
Basically, he's all like, after hearing this, we're all a little bit dumber.
You've been warned.
You've been warned.
No, he said it far more pleasurably. Grignac, you go off. To sum up, Grignac, and you can write this however you want in your log. But you have 2 elves, an orc, and a dwarf. Sexes are up to you. All involved in a connection ceremony where much PPE is spent. And you realize that you can actually do your spells as a shaman, as a priest, as long as they are in Bath's name and in Bath's type of giving. Which means sexually.
It's some long chanting, I'm just saying. Hold
yeah, you're gone for the next roll 1d72. Minimum of 24.
So 1d48 plus. No, never mind.
Yeah, well.
No,
1d49 plus 23.
Just 1d72, and there you go. There you go. So you're gone for the next 62 hours.
How is this surprising at any point?
It shouldn't be. I've been looking forward to this moment, actually, where I got to ease Grignac into his combination of powers, shall we say. Do we need a last break, or do you guys want to skip it?
What is Merkel doing?
I don't think Merkel even knows what Merkel's doing.
Merkel's on my Merkel's next to my call out. But anyways, my question is: do we take one last 10 or do we skip it?
Let's just skip it. Get done.
Yeah, I'm fine with skipping.
Get her done.
I'd like to try and get through as much as
That's
we
only
can.
2 people.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to take a quick bathroom, but
I understand, and even the GM may end up excusing himself at one point for a very short one, but I'll see if I can hold. Okay.
Thanks. I'll vote for skip as long as, well, I don't know.
I'm fine with that, Ursus. All right, so moving on.
Okay.
All right.
Merkel.
Damn it.
You say damn it.
Did that come out loud?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes.
To be fair,
I understand that you may be feeling a bit out of place in these. Well, quite frankly,
I was raised by humans.
That is not to what I'm referring. I understand that you may feel ineffectual or weak at times.
Oh no, I make people laugh.
Yes, you do. And there is strength in that. But in combat, you must
I reckon I could get
feel
an eye to it.
Really? Okay. If you wish not to receive a gift, I'm happy not to give it to you. I'll give it to someone that wants it.
can I kick him under the table?
No.
My dad told me to always be wary of strangers bearing strange gifts.
Hebo says, "Hey, if no one else wants it."
Yes, Hebo. Love it. Roselle was very wise, but I am not a stranger. You know of me. You know who I am.
That's why I'm at the other end of the table.
Throw me a dagger.
Okay, I'll pull out a dagger.
Come on, throw it. All right. I have to do this publicly. I'm going to be a nice, wonderful GM. Please don't be frightened.
Merkel, was that one of the ones that I enchanted?
No, I wouldn't throw one of them at him. I go, wow, you just shot my knife out of the air with your knife.
He grabs your knife out of midair. And
he only has a plus 37?
Yes.
Horrible.
Yeah, I know.
He's almost as good as Torrin.
That was awesome.
I'm not going to even hide how happy I am at that joke. In or out of character.
There is a high five all the way to Tasmania, man. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, he looks it over and says, "Oh, this won't do." All right. So, throwing or stabbing?
Throwing.
Okay, so returning is important. You'll need that. And then you'll need that. And of course, Hades, well, you'll need that.
I need hell?
No, you need something to help with hell. And if I were to ask you, what is the one race that you're most afraid of, which would it be? And do not give me a joking response.
The demons of fire and shadow.
So the demons of Hades. That was already taken care of. What else?
Oh, so not a particular one. I was actually thinking Balrogs. Oh, so you're just some other random creature?
Something that you are afraid of, that you think the crisis shall see again, that you wish to never see again.
Devils!
Hey, shut up.
Crisis members.
That one's actually out. Former crisis members. Good point. He smiles really broadly at you. And says, "Okay, here," and he slides it across the table back to you.
Because if he threw it, you'd be dead.
Yeah, exactly. Unless he throws it at my hand. I reckon if I just held up my hand, he'd get to handle it perfectly.
So please label one of your knives as blessed by Lictalon. And you will learn of its powers as time goes on.
No problem.
But please remember what he said here, because those were all ridiculously large, massive neon light clues as to when to use this.
Yep.
And he definitely 100% said it was returning, period. So there's something you definitely know.
Wait. Thank you very much, sir.
He says, and by the way, please keep up the humor. It is something that Crisis has been massively lacking for a long time.
I know, right?
At least not accidental.
Yes, not accidental.
I'll wiggle my eyebrows at this.
Rogan brought so much joy to this group. And it has been lacking since he has gone away. And he actually, hangs his head as if he's sad that Rogan has passed.
Well, clearly they got the books of Crisis wherever you were at.
I've been watching you for a very long time. It's one of the reasons I'm here. So speaking of why I'm here, you all have a way to acquire something that has been lost to the Elven Empire. And I know where the kidney really...
There it is.
Do not believe Reset, and do not believe Lady Shara. They are not in possession of the kidney. They have found all of the clues of the Seba, but they could not solve the riddle. For they did not know that there was an Elven Crystal Kingdom. And that Elven Crystal Kingdom was lost, but it has been found. It is in the Old Kingdom Mountains. It exists as a green, living community where all that would exist would be terror and snow and chaos. But the crystal magic keeps it. The crystal magic that we and I had created. However, I have protected my magics too well. I put in a ward that if I had not visited the city in 1,000 years, it would lock me out and anyone that survived me in my line. To prevent anyone from in my line, and for those that know my daughter, I needed to do this.
Wow, he was right. Well, hey, Horny, if you're listening, you were correct.
Horny?
He holds up his right arm so that they can see the ring on his arm.
Ah, Xerxes. Yeah, Xerxes got this one right. It is true. Tolmet, she turned on me completely. I could not save her.
Is that why you no longer rule Hades?
To begin with, yes. I was distracted. Modius was not.
These things happen.
Yes. I was otherwise occupied and lost Hades, and therefore exiled, and lost many worshippers, and had to recover my strength. And you of Crisis have helped me regain some of that by reviving my story to knowledge among the people of Palladium. So I am
Dream just
indebted
starts
to
laughing. But Dream's laughing because he's been paying very close and rapt attention, doing his best to ignore the things that were said around him. And then No Name said something to him, and Dream turns and looks at No Name, trying to continue to be serious, like he's upset. And it just sinks in what he said, and he just starts laughing.
I have no idea what he said, so please fill us in.
You could say
it. When he was talking about Tolmet, he brought up Tolmet. Dreams, No Name said, "Dream, you should bag his daughter."
Oh God!
And up until this point, Dream had been kind of concerned. He got a little bit smug when when Lictolin finally revealed that, oh yeah, let me start talking to you now about what I want from you guys. And then he was just kind of trying to pay attention and follow along with what's going on because Dream has a lot of concerns right now. It's just kind of sliced right through. So after a moment of just wild laughter, he apologizes. I'm so sorry. And he kind of glares at No Name.
I am familiar with the side conversations of No Name and quite frankly, all of Crisis. And Master No Name, you would not wish that type of relationship upon anyone but Lady Shar.
Wait a minute, I got this. Hey, No Name. What he's saying is, there's a chance.
So you say there's still a chance. I think you got to be like Caesar Milan and establish
I think I made
dominance.
chuckle for a second.
You got to be like. Tss, tss. Yeah.
Lictolin says, please know that the one thing that you will not hear about in any way, in any books, even the great Rod Rambler / Malkin Falamede, who is rather intelligent, might I add. I had a very pleasant meeting with him.
He mentioned that.
I'm sure he did. He will not find that Tolmet is Modius's right hand.
Can I ask? I'm gonna ask. And this is gonna sound super crazy. I'm gonna ask Vindicator. Would we be able to send Tolmet to a different deity?
Vindicator for, I think this is only the second time?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually proud of myself that I remember there was only 2 because I actually didn't make a note on it. Actually does answer you. And says, gods are beyond our reach. Demigods not.
Ooh. So Tolmet is Demi, right?
No.
Oh. Can we disgrace her enough to become a Demi? Hey, Sancho.
After a few centuries, you may.
I've got forever. Do you have?
Not until we meet her, I'm sure. Or those of you that you surround yourself will pass.
Lord Lictolin.
Yes.
Was it your agents or Tolmet's that were trying to remove those books from the library?
That's an interesting one. I still do not understand how I was ever associated with anything that would ever decrease knowledge in Palladium. As Thoth and I joked often about who was more the god of knowledge upon this realm. Thoth exceeds me on 99.9% of the other planets in the Megaverse, but upon this one, I thought that I would actually have a bit of a challenge. So to be accused of trying to quelch knowledge was quite a bit of a laugh to me. And how Tolmet even got into the conversation, it must be the work of only one god. Only one god is crazy enough to have imagined any of these types of rumors.
I'm pretty crazy, and I'm not a god.
true. But that god you have faced yourself, No Name.
Are you talking about the one, the only, the rat god?
Kurgi himself.
Yeah. Next time I face him, he will hopefully be a part of Khonsu's legion.
You will face him at least once before...
Is he a demigod?
No, he is a true god.
I'll disgrace him so bad, I'll just, like, kick dirt in his face and then become a demigod.
However, Crisis, you were very close to defeating Kurgi once before. I hope that you shall defeat the slayer of all that is knowledge, for those that wish that knowledge should die, should perish a terrible death. Anyways, I was telling you about this Crystal Kingdom.
I apologize for interrupting.
It is in the Old Kingdom Mountains. I shall place you upon the pathways to reach said, if you wish, immediately, when you are ready to go. After Greg has done his communion.
Hold on. I'm sorry, what did he just say?
He would put us on the path headed to the Crystal Kingdom in the Old Kingdom Mountains when we're ready to go after Gregnick's communion.
Correct. Okay. Now's my time for a quick pee break. I'll be right back.
You know what's kind of cool?
That we can disgrace Tolmet in a couple thousand years.
Oh, I'll totally be down with helping you with that. Okay. Once we accomplish whatever we need to at the Crystal Kingdom, he holds up one of the returning scrolls. We can use this to come straight back here.
Or he holds up, No Name holds up his, and he says, we can go to the Western Empire.
That's true. And then from the Western Empire, we just have to figure out a way to get to, like, Wyoda for Ursus's child's birth, and then we can use a returning scroll.
A scroll to the Library of Bletherad.
Right. But from Karatom, if we teleport to the Library of Bletherad, then we can use another returning scroll to go back. So the returning scrolls are actually kind of handy.
I thought they only brought you back to where you teleported from.
Right. So if we recover what Lictalon needs when we come back to Renvin, just have him send us to Karatom, or then use the scroll to go to Karatom, then have Ursus teleport us to Library, and we can use a returning scroll from there. I mean, we can get to where we need to go pretty quick. I'm sorry, it was just a suggestion. Do we need to vote on this or what?
No, I'm still not following how we returned to Renvin if we didn't use the teleport scroll to leave here.
We are teleported from Renvin. A return scroll sends us back to where we were teleported from.
Correct.
Oh, so they're not actually tied to the magic scrolls that Xerxes gave us.
No, they are tied to the last teleport. So if you teleport using some other method, a return scroll will return you to where you last teleported from.
Well, this is something Dream did not know, but now he does.
Probably not something that anyone would know.
No,
unless
everybody but Dream knew it. Everyone but Dream knew it. That was the
no in character. In character, no one else should have known that.
I had suspicions.
Okay,
even I didn't know.
But no, you just proposed a plan that was predicated on that working that way.
It's a simple logical jump, and I have an IQ of 25.
I'm not saying that you could not have inferred it. I'm just saying that you definitely didn't know it ahead of time.
You were not told this ahead of time.
I simply
But,
assume returning meant if you teleport, you return to where you teleport from.
You are correct.
It didn't occur to Torin that it had to be tied to one of those 3 scrolls. He just assumed that
anyways, moving
3
on.
scrolls were helping you get to locations.
Agreed.
Okay,
So
Dream
moving
doesn't
on.
know anything about magic, so if that's what you guys
By the
think
way,
is gonna happen,
I know that usually we have one battle a night. We're not going to have a battle tonight.
Sure.
The end of the end of the bitch was the battle, and I know that literally means that the GM is giving up his bonuses tonight. Oh well.
Sorry, GM.
Sorry,
It's
not
okay. I'm enjoying the role play, quite frankly. But I would like to move on. So, now that I've given you guys a few moments to discuss things, the question is, do you accept Elictalon's offer to send you to the Crystal Kingdom to get the kidney, or are you going to go to the Western Empire via Lorne?
I totally vote. Let's take advantage of something we may not have later and go to the Crystal Kingdom.
Dream will look at No Name.
Who's typing with their feet? Andrew?
No name.
No
Dream
name?
will look at No Name and
Okay.
ask what is the time frame when we need to go to the Western Empire?
No Name looks at the GM and says,
No, I have told you that date.
It's
I told
in
you
the
that
log.
date a while ago. It was in a log.
And it's been updated to reflect the fact it's been moved.
And we discussed that
You
on more than one occasion.
tonight. You just
No.
said you would warn me so that I wouldn't mess up.
I'm not warning you.
You promised.
I
Well,
did.
no, if he's not warning you, then you're not in danger of messing up.
Okay. So I'll say
But
when the law states.
Brian, would you please inform everyone else so at least someone else other than you keeps track of this?
We have a month to do it. We're fine.
What day is it supposed to be? I'm going to put it on the calendar because it's an important date.
Fair enough. Give me a minute. I'll dig up the log for you.
Good. Thank you. And thank you, Craig, for finally volunteering to put something that was actually important to Crisis on the calendar. But drive me crazy.
Well, most of us wouldn't have touched that before.
I understand. I have said there are only a couple of pages that I don't want you to touch. Calendar has not ever been one of them.
Okay, so the current year is 114, right?
Yep.
All right.
It's Logan, right? That's what you made his name?
It is Logan, yes.
There it is.
He found it.
It's one of 2 logs. I'll recognize it by the picture.
Oh, crap! There was something in July that I missed.
Yeah? What was that?
Before it was the anniversary of Chip and Robert the Just death.
Thank you. I'll give you some XP for at least remembering afterwards.
Well, I didn't see anything in July. I'm like, well, it goes June to August, and yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm giving you some. No, don't apologize. You caught something that typically got missed, so that's good. It's fine.
It was a report
It's
from
good.
the middle that you changed in.
By the way, just so you know, there's nothing in Tilthoth.
Which is in a few days.
Which is in a few days, but it is. You do have time until Thoth. You won't leave before Thoth is over, even with the 62 hours that you have to do of terrible pain and torture. Ha ha ha.
You're so funny.
Yeah, thank you.
Give me 1 small second. I have to
Did
look
you find
at
it?
the page. I did find it. I want to make sure I have the day right, so I'm going to the calendar page now to get the date.
Okay.
It's one of those kind of things like, here's a holiday.
Yeah, here's the holiday you have to do it by. Oh shit, I have to look that up too.
Yeah.
What was the holiday? I've got those.
Well, I'm on the calendar page. It is the Festival of Thoth. We have to be there on or before Thoth to the 21st.
Okay. Thoth 21st is 8/21, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So you got a little bit less than a month.
So
it is pushing it. In reality, folks, this is pushing it. I just want to say that.
So I guess a little bit out of character. I've just put something in Roll20. Chris, this was out of a log that Logan sent. Did that mean anything to you at the time, or does it mean more now based on what we learned?
Sorry.
I was waiting for that.
In regards to what in particular?
The terrible thing is, Dream, you referred to something, so I went to Roll20, and the first thing I saw was the last thing No Name posted, which was from Dax_games.
I just linked a log, Chris. It was one of Logan's logs. In the very beginning, he says the code is cryptic, but two things were clear. And I just wonder if those things meant something to you then, or if, because it talks about a path exists from the crystals to the Middle Kingdoms.
Can I say
or to wherever character? That is?
I'm gonna say.
I'm asking out of character. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm asking Victor.
Well, no, I want Chris to answer first.
Okay, I'll wait,
and then you can, if he needs help.
In the state I'm in right now, absolutely not. But if you ask me on Monday, maybe.
Understand. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, so this is completely out of character. In the Crystal Kingdom, there is a circle of crystal stones that stand upright. It's like a double ring, and each one of them, the inner ring has gateways that lead to places on Palladium, and the outer ring leads to other dimensions. It is like a standing teleport place. What this is saying, that from the crystals there's a place to the Middle Kingdoms, which means one of those portals is either currently tied or can be tied to taking you and the entire group of Crisis who walks through it in a one-way trip to the Middle Kingdoms. Which means the minute we find it, we could go to the Middle Kingdoms, fix that crap, go back to Rinven, and take care of things. Or at least let Lictolon know via a pigeon, and then he can move into the Crystal Kingdom like he wanted to.
All right, so momentary.
So that was my hope. You.
So Dream, I assume that's where you were going with this?
Yes, that was my hope without so much out of character knowledge coming out.
I understand. Scott?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
No. Are you okay with it? Is that match your book knowledge, and do you understand where I was going with the hint?
A little bit.
Oh, that's depressing.
I'd say
I'd like to say yes, but a little bit.
Okay, so Scott, do me a favor. Send me why that wasn't as clear as I'd hoped it was out of character. Because I had hoped this would send alarm bells out of character beyond belief to those people that were familiar with Palladium. And you were one of those that I figured I'd catch there. So I'm very curious as to how I screwed that up.
Well, it's not that. I've always been a strong believer that story improves.
I get it. I wasn't saying this was not story either. I kind of tried to leave some hints on this whole subject throughout the game. So
just real quick, because I'm not trying to drag this into the mud for the next half hour.
Yeah.
The whole idea I was getting at with this was because I know No Name has his driving desire to go to the Western Kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Middle Kingdoms. Sorry, Western Empire.
Western Empire, yeah.
Actually, it all belongs to the Western Empire, so it's all good.
So, when I saw this and when I remembered it, based on the conversation we just had, my thought process was if that didn't mean anything to him at the time, we could justify it means something now, as in, if we go to the Crystal Empire, just like Brian was saying, if we go to the old Crystal Empire that Lichdolin wants to send us to, from there we could go directly to the Middle Kingdoms and meet the timeline without worrying about having to come back and then sail and possibly miss the deadline.
Craig?
Sorry, I just saw that.
No, it's okay. Did I don't know how First Ed you're familiar with, so I wasn't sure about you on this one.
No, oh, Ursus was saying I had background noise. I thought you were talking about that.
No, I wasn't. I was talking about the fact that I wasn't sure if you got this hint. I knew Andrew wouldn't because he had not. He had told me straight out he had never read any of the First Ed stuff. So
it's been so.
I haven't GM'd any fantasy.
Okay.
So and when I'm not being GM, I have a tendency not to read lore.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
okay, cool.
I mean, that article that you shared with us a long time ago, like 80% of the stuff flies right over your head.
Yes, I agree.
So, as a player, I mean...
I know. This was more of an OOC. It's rare for me to do this, but it was more of an OOC than an in-character hit.
This is the crystal place? Then, I mean, that's the only place we saw with crystals, so I assume... Okay, you have a path to lead us to the Middle Kingdom. Let's do it.
Okay.
And then also... are you granting Dax Games that staff? He wants to know. He really wants to know.
Okay.
Just say yes, and it'll all be good.
I have to give it to him. If he needs a genital vacancy staff for his coworkers, then he can have it.
There you go. Well, I guess that would remove everything, so everyone would be gender neutral? Or would he do it on himself? Or would he do it on the mean people?
I will actually allow him to decide what his alignment is, and therefore use the staff in accordance to his alignment.
There you go. Zap away, my friend.
So zap away in accordance to your alignment. In character.
Yeah, you never know who you're going to make gender neutral who might be a good friend later.
Yeah, you got to be very careful. That may end up being your worst enemy in the future because you took their gender away from them.
And then, of course, they could just turn into Pat.
And that would be the worst thing. So you must be careful with your powers.
I don't think he's going to be. His response to alignment is unlawful evil.
Oh, God.
Well, with great gender comes great neutrality. All right, whack away.
All right.
He says it's going to work on his boss.
So, as the GM of a good game, I revoke the use of the staff, and in fact, the first casting that you make shall happen upon yourself if you use it.
Oh no, it's a cursed staff.
It's a cursed staff.
Save versus magic. It's a D20.
Wait, so that means if he intentionally uses it on himself the first time, it rebounds.
That's easy. Just give it away to a person and let them use it on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
If he knows about it, which
or
he
you
doesn't.
Just leave it on your boss's desk and then they try to do it on their...
But he does not know that it will be a rebound.
Yeah, this is the difference between player knowledge and character knowledge, guys.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Anyways, moving on.
I'll ask...
Moving on.
Ask the god if there is a path to the Middle Kingdoms so that I might take out Lady Shara quickly and provide the head soul or not.
I'm sorry, so you're doing what?
I'm asking him.
He's asking Lichdolin if this will make all our dreams come true.
No, I'm saying is there a path quickly to the Middle Kingdoms that you can provide?
I cannot.
Because
For that will be an involvement that is not allowed without consequence.
Is this
Are
not
you
the place of crystals?
Signatory.
I'm sorry?
Is this not the place of crystals?
You are asking me two different things. You are asking me if currently I could place you in the Middle Kingdoms, and then you are asking me, is the Middle Kingdoms the place of crystals? I'm confused.
No, he's asking if this city is the place of the city of crystals, which we have already been answered. It is not.
Okay.
It is.
Kinda?
Well, okay. Victor's confused because he thinks you're asking multiple questions, and really what you're just doing is trying to figure out a way to validate the knowledge we just discussed out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're asking if Lichdolon can provide a path to the Middle Kingdoms.
Yep.
He cannot.
Okay.
Lichdolon doesn't know about the stuff that Logan wrote you.
Okay.
No,
But
he
Dream,
knows about the stuff that he wrote, but he can't provide it himself.
but
Who
Dream
can?
brought up. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I said, but Dream. The whole point of this was Dream bringing up to No Name that this was said in a letter to you.
Correct.
Did this make sense to you then, or would it only make sense now based on what Lichdolon said? I don't know
Correct.
the code he's writing you in. He says it's a cryptic code, or you guys have your code. I only know.
In
Timura.
other words, the code meant that none of that got translated into a book except
solved
into
it.
gibberish.
I solved it. It's Timura.
It's not Timuro.
Yes, because Dave chose the name for the wife, and the wife's name is Crystal.
Oh my God!
Sakes.
Blood
Oh my
sacrifice.
I rolled a 20 or a 1. 50.
6 degrees of crystal. Okay.
Wow.
There we go. Or they're referring to our old house, which is
So
in.
I'm just gonna let you guys figure this out. And I'm gonna move on and try and finish this line up here.
She's secretly a magical teleporter. We have to go to Timura.
You may actually need to go to Timuro. However, Lichdolon says that you may have the night to sleep upon it. Molly insists upon taking Dream and like catching up all night. Friend talk. Sleepover.
Friend talk was fine.
Platonic.
With benefits.
Folks. Just to make sure I said it out loud.
We don't judge. It's fine.
Effing Christ.
Hey, sex can be pretty hot.
Can we all have some Molly?
And I never even
put
made
it
that
in
connection
my brain.
until you just said it, Chris. It's terrible. I never even made that connection until you said it. Ah. Oh my
You mean
god.
you haven't been
Okay.
reading chat?
Dream very seriously says you're all being very rude. Molly is my friend.
Yeah, we're not talking about
I
the
would
person.
absolutely relish a chance to catch up with her.
So
No, we get it, buddy.
catch up.
Totally. Have a good time.
Hey, go for it.
We're gonna have the
Yeah,
other,
a bottle of wine.
the other one.
So sometime in the next 4 weeks, Dave, we can have a chat. Molly Dream done. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. Everyone else, this is your last chance to talk to Lichdolon, an actual god that is entertaining you. Anyone have any questions? And don't give me bullshit. If you give me bullshit, I'll fucking strike you down right now. But real questions for a god that has been around. Literally, he is one of the people that's mentioned in the books that disposed of the old ones. So he's been around a very, very, very long time.
Actually, I have a question.
Go, Ursus.
Ursus basically starts to question him if he knows more on the origins of his race.
The Werebears.
The weird creatures, and he's heard some things, but
please specify. Do you mean the Werebears specifically, or the weird creatures in general? And do not answer both. You get to choose one.
Werebears, specifically.
The Werebears were a response. The southern kingdoms had much success with the weird jaguars. And they were such a fighting force that gained much renown and had done so much that the northern kingdoms decided that they needed a force that could repel the successful weird jaguars. And the Werebears were created. The Werebears do suffer one weakness, and that is heat, as I'm sure that you have encountered, Ursus.
Yes.
That in extreme heat, the force suffers greatly, but one-on-one, the weird jaguars may strike more blows, but the Werebears, one blow from them would be equal to 2 to 5 weird jaguar blows, and it did negotiate a peace originally. It was one of the things that stopped the first Elfdorf War, was the quandary of the weird creature. That is not written about. That is something that you should know.
So my race has helped to bring about some good.
Your race accomplished much good. It was only after they were untethered, after the elves and their allies got greedy and wished to push and push and push, and they forgot to instill the magics that would give the Werebears intelligence, but would only give them the fighting rage and then move on to the next. That is where your race was cursed, and that is where you have earned, your race got the terrible reputation. I am glad that naturally the intelligence has returned again, for you have demonstrated this at great lengths, Master Ursus. Even in the logs of crisis, one did not find Ursus as intelligent and well-mannered as you are now. And by the way, this may be the greatest thing that happened. The fact that you guys timed Lictalon for after Ursus ascended, because had that not happened, this all may have gone really, really wrong. And I know that was not on purpose, but it was very, very well timed.
Totally the master plan.
Can I present the book of the Wolfen origin and ask if it's true?
He pages through it rather rapidly, as if he has the psionic of speed reading. And says, they've gotten some of it terribly wrong, but for the most part.
Can you correct me on the wrong part?
Do you have 5 weeks?
Do I?
No, you don't. So let me help you.
Okay. If I bring the head soulless or not, will you correct it?
I'll correct it regardless.
Okay.
if you come back.
How about I meet you in an elven city, and the one known as Lady Shara will be dead.
You have a deal, and he outstretches his hand to you to shake on it.
I'll shake on it.
Please remember, you're shaking a deal with a god.
In other words, write down the deal on your character sheet so you don't frickin' forget.
Don't F it up.
Okay, basically it says, I go to an elven city. He comes down, he says, hey, this is the corrections on the books, writes it down, blah, blah, blah.
I understand, but you've got to bring him the head of Lady
No,
Shara.
it's I worded that she's
she has
dead.
to be dead. Yeah, no, she has to be dead, and you have to go to an elven city. Yes.
Yep.
Before the end of the game.
Well, yeah.
No, before the end of the game. Which
And
means
before
before
you
we go
die.
to Hades. Before we go to Hades.
Yep.
Just remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
You're like, well, you're never going to an elven city.
It is a requirement now.
And
that
Phi and Lopan
Crisis
count as
stops.
elven cities.
Oh, Phi does. I know that.
Phi does. Lopan does not.
Okay.
Goddamn mystics.
Look at the elven kingdom roster of cities. That will give you what's current.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. No Name and Ursus have stepped to the plate. Anyone else need anything else of Lictalon?
I hit a home run, guys.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't happen to know the location of the Grand Elven capital ruins?
The Balgor.
I was hoping for something a little bit more specific than the biggest desert in the Palladium world.
No, the Balgor city.
Yeah, Balgor. Yeah, that was the name of the city. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you would happen to know where its ruins are, would you?
Yes, I do.
Would you be happy to share them, perhaps?
No, of course not.
Oh well. It would be good to have got the information from someone who'd actually been there.
I have been there. In fact, I saw it fall. It's a terrible day.
The old ones.
Oh well.
But I have forgiven. As Torin will attest. Won't you, Torin?
Torin blew up Balgor? Jeez.
Look, guys, I had hobbies. I was drunk that night. I'm just saying.
Did not.
No, the Dwarven race still continues because you didn't raise your hand.
Nah. Perhaps the Elven race continues. And I exist because your ancestors did not raise a hand.
We put those issues to bed ages ago.
No small thanks to Solyet.
We owe him much.
I hope that you and all of Crisis, if you do not survive, remember that. Know this, Crisis. Solyet is the only reason Palladium exists. Period. End of sentence.
Chillian. Oh, some dude down south. Excellent.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the books.
Some dude down south. Yes. The ancient seer that has been around since almost as long as I have. He made sure that the world took a pause. The world took a breath. He isolated those that would have killed all of Palladium. Put them in another dimension.
We're still here? Oh, sorry.
Torin waves.
Look, he is among you. They're still here.
Oh, so he did destroy Balgor.
No.
No, sorry, joking. No, well, it was worth asking, sir. Like I said.
No. Would you shut the F up for once? And he looks at you very sternly and says, Solyat literally saved all of Palladium. And he is the reason all of you exist. Please give him respect the next time you see him. You must place a piece of Osiris in his city. Make sure you wait to give him thanks. If he is not there at the time, give him respect. Merkel,
certainly will.
Go there. Go to the place that you think it is. You will know when to go there.
I will.
And you will go there. And he places a finger upon your forehead. And suddenly you realize that you have to be at Balgor City on the 1st of Raw next year.
1st of Raw next year. Okay.
If you want to see the Balgor City. Otherwise, you shall wait another 10 years to see it.
You can see it still? Wow. Guys, we're going to be in Balgor Wastelands 1st of Raw next year. Nictalon said so.
Okay.
Well, we'll just put it
He announces very loudly, I did not say that you must be there. I said that if you wish to see the Balgor City, you will need to be there. I do not at all deem to give you orders upon your quest. Your quest is far more important than any information that I could ever give you. For you should restore balance to the world. Just as I am restoring the power of the elves and the power of the dwarves, but with a difference that they shall work together and help all of the Palladium races in building the Palladium world. For that is my goal, to enrich Palladium. And then I shall enrich the Megaverse.
What is this Megaverse you speak of?
Many worlds.
Some sort of big poem, I reckon.
Many worlds. The Palladium is not the only world.
Can you
and
show
that
me
was very
another
clever.
one?
Yeah.
There are many worlds that you do not know. And I wish to start here to grow the strength of my power. And the strength of all worlds to be one.
Can you show us
to
the
fight
one?
against injustice, to fight against racism, as they call it in other worlds, to acceptance of all peoples and all things.
Can you show us the one that chip is from?
If you wish, I can bring you there.
Can you bring us back?
I can.
Will you?
However, if you perish upon this world, I will not be able to bring you back.
Bastards, how dare you leave me behind while I'm doing something else?
I mean, if someone else wants to go, I'll wait.
Do I have time to ask my 3 questions, or does this need to be taken up in another next
Nope.
game?
Ask him now.
All right, Licklin, you said in your letter to us that we both have needs related to the missing pieces of Osiris, and I hope that we can help each other. You're helping us. How are we helping you? What do we do or bring back from the Crystal City?
You
Maybe I missed
give the piece back to Osiris.
Are there
The kidney.
pieces in Chip's world?
Well, that's helping us. But you said we would help you. Is that helping you?
Yes.
Okay.
Are all the pieces on Palladium?
Let
No,
Dream
it wasn't
finish
Hades.
before you go interjecting. Dream,
So, one of the
don't stop. Keep going.
all right. One of the old ones had started escaping.
No, don't
And-
stop on the first question.
I thought it was answered. Sorry.
No,
I
it was
said
answered,
how-
but I'm giving you a hint now. Don't stop.
So how is us doing what we need to do helping you?
That is my business.
I don't know where else to take that question.
Anyone want
Gods.
to help him?
Is it going to hurt us or the gods of light by helping you?
Dream asked that.
Like you would answer that truthfully.
It may hurt the gods of light in the fact that it will bring a city into my sphere that was my city once, and I believe it belongs to me. You will free that city to be what it should be.
In other
Will
words,
that
it expands
hurt?
your empire.
Will it hurt the gods of light? Hard to say. I do not think that the gods of light hold much sway over the Crystal Kingdoms now. I do not think that by turning it to the power of myself will truly hurt them. But if you did not turn it to me and gave it to them in some way, shape, or form that I do not know if you have the power to do, perhaps. But it will benefit me, absolutely. I have already stated that I cannot enter the city for my own wards prevent me from doing so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for your honest answers there. I do have
promised that I shall answer your questions honestly. I do not make a promise as such lightly.
I do have the concern about the old one, how Natoso was starting to be felt upon the world again. Do we have to worry about the others?
Absent for far too long. That is the bottom line. I apologize to you and all of Palladium. I had not enough power. I do now. With the Elven Kingdom resurgence and the dwarves giving me some allegiance in the return of promise of resurgence, I now have the power to give the bonds again. The Millennium Tree will be unaffected. I am embarrassed that I never saw that coming.
No Name starts silently praying.
Two?
Kansu.
Okay.
And the general synopsis is that he's asking Khonsu if they should work with Lictalon and trust him if the quest aligns with Lictalon. If not, should they leave rapidly?
It's too bad that you're doing it silently. Okay, that was my out of GM
because
statement.
Lictalon would murder.
No, I understand. I understand why. It's just Go ahead, Dave. You're third.
Right. Well, no. His response about what of the others? Do we have to worry about them? He only talked about his rebinding of the Tosa and how we didn't have to worry about that anymore.
They're more worrisome upon the war that may expand the Great Rift. If you succeed in achieving Osiris's skull, the gods of light will be strong enough to align with others to make sure that Palladium, at least, is kept safe while the war rages in other places.
Hey, GM.
Yeah, we're done. Real quick, just to make sure, if there are any other questions or concerns or things for Lictalon, send me an email. If they are not email, in other words, if I think that they need to be shared with the entire group as an RP session, we will continue with Lictalon next session. Otherwise, we will go somewhere, and that will also be a group vote discussed over email as to making sure that you guys are okay with one direction or another, because it's late and I want to make sure everyone is awake enough to make that decision.
So, game date right now is still the 24th, or are we on the 26th?
I would like to move to the 26th, because that will be the end of Great Knack's session.
The reason I ask is I've actually decided to put a current game date on the calendar page.
I've always had a current game date. It says current Palladium date at the top.
Where?
It does.
At the top.
Very, very top.
Oh, and the small print at the top. Got it.
Yes. I have always put that there, and I will continue to put that there.
All right.
That is something that the Game Master has always done. That is where the date is and where the current location is. So I will continue to do that. So 26th, I agree.
So it's in the small print. Got it.
Yep. It's small print. It's the second line after Palladium calendar. I don't think it's that small. But I'll increase the print size if you want me to. That's fine.
Compared to the rest of the print on the page, it's small.
I get it. All right. So, raid?
Yep, quick
time?
raid.
Yay!
So, guys, here's the raid called OPOP Hippo Raid. And then the caster, good friend that we met at TwitchCon.
Oh, Twilark.
Twilark, if you haven't met.
Hey.
Twilark,
God,
amazing person, amazing streamer, charity streamer.
Big time charity streamer, actually.
So, here is the channel. Wait for me to post first, and then everyone else post afterwards. Let's show some love to Twilark. And let's get this party started. Go ahead and load that bad boy up. I'm already in there.
Well, understand, but some of us.
Well, when you have, when you link your Amazon Prime.
Yeah. I'm not about to do that. Sorry.
Yeah. And I'll turn the volume on slightly.
Those blocks you have there at the very beginning.
The sad part is that Twilark's bot calls out lurkers, so we gotta be fast.
Yeah, she's already caught on, so we need to do it.
Yeah, she knows you're there.
Alrighty, guys, are you in?
They're going back through that.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
You can also now put in your booster in that second that you ignored.
Show that love.
You talking about that one little spot?
Yes.
Oh my god. So I have this big,
Twilight doesn't even notice.
Keep going. Keep going. Hit it up.
Let's see how long this goes.
Your big gun, how often does it fire? Because I've barely seen anything going on.
Fires? Well, it goes for the most, the thing with the most life. And look at that. It hits for like 400. What is this?
She probably saw it.
Finally.
About time.
Yo, what up,
Everyone drop that follow. Show some love to Twilight.
It's going. It's fucking going. You're gonna live forever. Okay.
Alright, guys.
Yo, what up, guys?
Oh,
Holy
man.
shit. Y'all are amazing. Hey, guys. Thank you. Welcome to the flock. I'm Twilight. You're amazing. So, for everybody,
Yeah. Twilight's crazy. Got it. Alright, guys. Thank you for hanging out tonight. We will see you the 14th, not the 31st.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Thank you, Game Breakers RPGs, for that follow. Much hippo love and welcome to the Hippo Pads. Sorry you cut us at the very end.
Welcome to the Hippo Pod.
But we will be back January the 14th. And thank you for that host. Oh man.
There you go.
So yeah, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you. Have a fantastic evening, everybody. We will see you
the
14th.
I'm in Seattle.
Yep.